Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he wouldn't never have to fight again because the exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Right.
And
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the fam. How y'all feeling today on this good Tuesday? We back to build on this good boxing and give it its just due, how we always do. You already know, if you catch this on the playback, smash the like button, sub to the channel. Make sure you turn your notifications on and come build with the fam. Shout out to everybody in the JBT family. Shout out to everybody that joined the raffle. Y'all just seen the raffle. If you want to join, it's $10 to enter. It's 3 different prizes, from the Apple iPad to the Ninja brand air fryer to the Kenichi Bear headphones, man. Who couldn't use a good old air fryer or a good iPad for $10, man? So shout out to everybody that entered and good luck to everybody, man. But let's talk about this good old boxing. Let's talk about what we here for. Let me say what's good to the fam. Crush, my guy, what's good with it, bro? Ace, all love, fam. You tell Keyshawn you need to go to a better game plan than 5'10" and longer than Tank. I don't think Keyshawn 5'10" though. Banks, what's good with it, bro? Thrill Hill, Antonio in the building. What's good, family? How you feeling, Coach Calvin versus Coach Bo Mac? That'd be fun, right? Fun. Hannibal, what's good with it? Cal Cooler, shout out to my guy. Sammy, what's good with it? Malik K is in the building. How y'all bros feeling today, man? Always good to build with the family. Ryan, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, bro? Don't mess with Texas in the building. So, you know, we gonna build on this good boxing, man. Like I said, we all been you know, for us responsible ones, we've been sitting back, letting everything unfold and you know, in real time and seeing how difficult it seems to be for Tank to get an opponent. But you know, I think it's a lot of different reasons for it, man. I think in short, you know, you got people jumping out the window, just making everybody out to be a duck. I don't think that's how you get fights. You get what I'm saying? And I could just imagine how difficult it is to get a fight for somebody that you got to make sure it makes sense. And you got to try to satisfy the people, satisfy the fighter. And it all got to come together and make sense. And, you know, when you would think with the opportunity that comes with fighting Tank Davis, you would think everybody would be on board, right? Soon as it come time. But as we seen today, you know, with this recent situation we seen with Lomachenko, man, like I said, it all started with him. And I think it's still on him, to be honest. But I feel like if you just followed the career closely of Tank Davis, you've seen that it's never been this kind of difficult for him to find an opponent. It's never been that way. Like, this is kind of new territory for real, if you being honest. Because I don't give a damn what nobody say, all narratives aside. Like, if you like I said, if you watch this career closely and you watched it manifest and unfold and him build up to the point where he's at now, you know, I don't think it was a matter of him being ducked and avoided by people, right? I just think they went along with whatever plan that him and his team had laid out for him. And that's what he's been doing, following the game plan. And like I said, on numerous occasions, man, you know, if you've been that successful, if things have worked out that much in your favor, if you've been able to take advantage of every opportunity that they put in front of you, what's the need to try to change anything that's going on because it's working? So it's one of those things where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's exactly what comes to mind when you think of the career of Tank Davis and how he moved. You know, a lot of people complain and you know, they think they know better for him than the fighter, but I think they've done a phenomenal job just doing exactly what they've been doing and then lead up to this point. But like I said, man, when you speaking about, you know, opponent of his and what it take to make these fights, man, I do think a lot go into it, especially when you talking about cross promoting possibly and getting somebody that's essentially on that other side of the street. And that's exactly what Lomachenko was. So if you really look at the bulk of his career, you know, just like anybody else, they typically make those in-house fights, which lead to things being a lot easier to facilitate for obvious reasons, right? Working with the same guys seem like it's always easier when it's an in-house fight. And I think one of the difficulties that they ran into is, you know, in this instance, having to cross the street, right? Having to reach out to somebody else to potentially get a fight going. I think that's, you know, that's you know, that's hurdle number one right there in and of itself. And the fact that you going outside of your own stable and outside of yourself to facilitate this fight means you are you not in control of 100% of things as you typically are in any other situation, or should I say in the situations where there are in-house fights. You get what I'm saying? So I think that just been one of the difficulties, not just having a 100% of the control, if that makes sense to y'all, right? With having to reach out. Therefore, you can't anticipate, you know, what the moves of this other fighter. You don't know what he feeling, what he thinking, how they moving, what they planning. You get what I'm saying? This whole Lomachenko not right now, not in the mood thing. Could have been a whole ploy, could have been a strategy, could have been anything, could have been mind games, who knows? But it's something that I don't think they anticipated happening. And like I said, you following a career, you can't point at another time in his career specifically where it's been this difficult. It seemed like to get an opponent, especially one that makes sense. You know what I mean? It's, you know, the people been all over the place. We've been hearing a number of different things, and none of it has been sticking. But, you know, one name that we continue to hear more so now than anything is Lamont Roach. And like I said, at this point, it's something that I'm just not against. Let's talk fashion. Remo, what's good with it, bro? Teach, what's going on with it? Lisa, peace to the queen. Juan, what it do, fan? BJ33 in the building. What's good with y'all? How y'all feeling? Salute to the family. We're going to build on this. You know, we always had these responsible builds. And the reason I talked about this because I keep seeing so many different things still going around. Like, do you know it's still people that text me and ask me, is Tank fighting Raya? Like, they really still asking that. People still confused as if, you know, he's gonna fight Raya or not. And like I said before, that stuff is out of here. So this conversation has just been one drawn out, blown out situation. It's crazy. I've never seen this before in his career at any point where he had to, I think, struggle to find somebody in the ring. And like I said, I think it's just deeper than ducking, man. I just think that's the short answer, bro. That's not how you get fights. Just framing everybody to say they ducking you, right? And when I hear the representatives of said fighter, when they do speak, that's not what's being said. I have reason to believe that that's not what's going on, right? If everybody was avoiding this guy, if everybody was ducking and scared to get in there, I think that'd be something that, you know, the representatives that's in that space would speak on. You get what I'm saying? I think they would be a lot more frustrated than we are. You get what I'm saying? So we the ones that's frustrated about who we gonna fight, hearing these different names thrown out there, none of it coming to fruition. But I think the people, the powers that be, and the people that's in control are cool, man. I think they making their moves and they gonna select the best available option for the situation. They're gonna make it work. And I reason I feel that way because that's how they've been moving. That's what they've been doing. So it's always gonna be somebody to complain no matter who you fight. You get what I'm saying? And you just look at the track record. So almost no matter who he fights, somebody gonna find a reason or a way to complain. And I think, you know, that also creates a hurdle in and of itself too. You trying to satisfy these people and make sure that you're putting on the best show. But shit, you got one of the best vehicles in boxing to put on the best show. So I think I trust in Tank's team and their ability to figure out what makes sense for the man. And what I'm saying is, I think, you know, just waiting on them and saying what they come up with is perfectly fine for me. I'd rather sit out and take that approach rather than come up with a bunch of narratives and making up shit that's not happening. So, you know, I think this is new territory for them, if we're being honest. Like I said, you never seen a point where it been a struggle to get an opponent in the ring. You get what I'm saying? So something new. It's a different challenge for them, right? Usually, you know, people be on board. You know, they get that opportunity, they jump at it, whether they win or not. Because they know what comes with it. And like I said, only a fool or somebody that is not completely, you know, mind made up about what they want to do next would hesitate on this opportunity to not only make that money, to be on that stage, to be a part of that event, that'd be fighting Tank Davis, right? And the opportunity to not only make money fighting them, but actually have an opportunity to beat them. You get what I'm saying? So like I said, you would have to be a fool, because these fighters, this is what they work their careers for it, right? They work their careers for moments, for opportunities like that. And you being honest, it's only one Tank Davis. So everybody's not going to get that opportunity to fight him. So what I'm saying is there's value in that. Guys, undefeated. It's must-see TV. Everybody talking about him, knockout artist. You get what I'm saying? Some feel like he damn near unbeatable. You get, it's a lot of good to come with fighting him outside of just money, right? even if we seen it with Pitbull, even if you survive a Tank Davis fight, it could end up being good for you, right? So, like I said, it's only a fool would turn away that opportunity, or only unless you really, don't know no better, you know what I mean? But only a fool or somebody that's not completely, mind made up on what they want to do next. And that's what when I look at a guy that spent an exceptional amount of time in the amateurs like Loma did, he had two runs. He had 2 runs, 2 medals. That's a long ass time that he spent down there to attain them 2 medals. But just an older guy, and I think he surprised people, and mostly Tank side, by dragging his ass a little bit when it come to making his fight. You would have thought he'd have been all over it, right? But here we are, still kind of speculating if it's this guy, if it's that guy. Like I said, man, it got to the point where you seen a Lamont Roach, some little, a fight that they had as amateurs, as kids, surface, because that's how bad people itching to see a Tank fight. But that just shows you the drawing power of that guy, the interest, the intrigue that comes when he step out. So, like I said, when it comes to fighting him, I think you would be an absolute fool to just turn down an opportunity without a really, really good reason. You get what I'm saying? And Loma, to me, was the first one. I think he shook up the whole situation when he kind of dragged his ass the way he did. So, like I said, once that happens, they're not in control of what the next fighter can do. They got to just find themselves, go down the line to what makes sense next. You get what I'm saying? And oftentimes it's not going to be the guy that you expect. And I think that's just where we at. But like I said, it's been a number of different reasons. I think in this particular instance, why it's been difficult, man. Mike Ryan, what it do? Big Drake was good with it, family. How you feeling? Teach was good with it. You were giving people a fight at the end of the year, and that's what's important at this point, right? Because that's where they at with. That's what they left with. Teach, you get what I'm saying? At this point, you can't even cry about who it's going to be. You got to salvage the opportunity or a date to keep yourself active, and whoever you can fit into that time frame, then that's what you got to go with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to complain. I love me some boxing. I just want to see what's next, but I think it's just been a number of different reasons as to why it's been difficult for them to get an opponent. I don't think everybody's just been flat out like, oh, this one's ducking, that one's ducking. No, I just think boxing ain't been moving that fast, but we come to find out that certain offers have been made. But like I said, I never expected Ryo to come back down to 135 and fight him. I mean, Cal Cooler was good with it, Brody. How you feeling? You already know Adrian was good with it. Business and didn't go sour for that money. Aisha, peace to the queen. Always good to see you. Rashid, what it do? There's a purse split. Team refused to share the money fairly with elite world champions. They won the 90-10 split. Seattle Rick, what it do? Thrill Hill Power was good for sure. He is 704 Joe is my guy. Tank is the new boogeyman. Talk to him, queen. Talk your stuff, man. If Roach is in the mix, you might as well put Max I on the mix. Yeah, those are a couple names I heard out there. For sure, Teach. For sure, Kirk Douglas. What it do? You know what I mean? Roach does have a belt at the previous, the weight class, the current weight class that he's at. I think it's the most dangerous lotto ticket. Yep, and it's Sport Life. Canelo's the lotto ticket, but ain't putting KOs, people like that, right? And it's like that's a great point that you make, Remo. You know what I mean? 619, what it do, fam? Rolly, what up? Rome was good with it. Everyone was real boxing. Shout out to the family. Fan waiting on Tank now. Somebody tells me who the face of boxing is. Yeah, dig. Talk to him, man. Talk to him, man. We here to build, man. Talk to him. Cut Creator was good, my guy. How you feeling? Heard that was Sandra say he'll take the fight. I didn't know how true it is. Yeah, the problem with him Cut is he injured. Like, well, he's no longer injured, right? But he was injured, and that's what kept him out of fighting on the last Tank card. He was injured. So De Los Santos is out for that reason. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, listen, I'm not of the belief DGO was good with him. I'm not of the belief that people won't fight him. Some of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there's some. Now, obviously, there's a question mark by Loma, right, with his recent move and his his willingness to say, not right now. So it, the focus is still going to be on him to a certain degree to see what his next move is, because if he come back, take a lesser fight, then, people going to be all over him. But still got to see, man. I don't think everybody is just quite ducking, right? I just don't think everybody got offers. I think the Ryo offer, like, is understandable to a degree, right? Because it's a couple different ways you can look at it. Nobody is wrong. If Ryo would have went and done it, I don't think he would have been selling out. The fact that he didn't do it doesn't make me feel like he's ducking, because he's a newly crowned champion at 140. And if you in his shoes, you probably want to try to see what you can do with that position that you found yourself in, beating the Pitbull Cruz, taking that belt, right? Now you at 140, you put yourself in the mix to potentially compete for other titles and stuff up there. So do you necessarily just go down and forfeit your position, right, as a fighter? Now that's a dangerous fight down there, and you will be risking it because it's a weight class that you left from. Now, some would say you ain't been at 40 long enough, so it wouldn't be that hard for you to still make 135, but I don't know. I'm not Ryo. I don't know how he feels. So, I hear the complaining about people saying, the Tank tried to drain Ryo and da. Nah, man, he's just making an offer that would make sense for him. He's not a fool, man. If these dudes, these young fighters are rehydrating, well past the weigh-in limit, it's up for him and his team to understand that, to know that, and to act accordingly. You might not like it, but that's just the reality of it. And back to the initial question in my title is the difficulty, man. I think part of the difficulty in getting an opponent too is some of the names are just people that's not at 135. You get what I'm saying? Even if you wanted to throw Pitbull in there, he still was a guy that was operating up there at 140. You know what I'm saying? He could come back down, yeah, but that's part of the problem right there. You know what I mean? The most sought out, the guy you would want to see the most got a situation going on. He ain't fighting nobody right now, right? But then outside of that, you got guys like Loma sidelining himself, and then you have other names and options, but they're not 35 pounders, and there's the problem right then and there. That's going to be a problem in and of itself. So that's the issue for me. You know what I mean? Getting the guys that's in his weight class that makes sense in the ring with him, because whether he bring it, if it's a Lamont Roach that's coming up from 130 to 135, you got people complaining about that. But you got Lamont Roach talking about, and shout out to him, saying he might be more filled out, stronger, feel better up there. So it's not a bad thing. You get what I'm saying? So whether it's him doing that, bringing a guy up to fight him, people are going to complain. If it's him fighting a guy that's up, bringing him down, they're going to complain. The only thing you don't complain about is him going up to 140 and fighting one of them guys. And again, he's a 35 pounder, so he's not doing that. And he ain't bending and folding to nobody. So there's the difficulty right there, right? Him not having to budge and shit. I don't know. Some people might feel like, going down a weight class and sacrificing for that opportunity might be worth it. You have some guys that feel that way. Not everybody, but some guys operate like that. So I don't know. I could just imagine the situation being difficult for the people that really, are in position and gotta, are faced with the responsibility of putting this together for them. You know what I'm saying? In a time like this, where the pieces are just falling the way they are, you got guys tied up doing other things. You got certain guys that sideline. You get what I'm saying? You got certain fighters that, if they were in the mix, if they were more active, it would make sense. You got a lot going on with him. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm not giving no out and none of that. It's their job to figure it out, which I think they will. But like I said, man, I think it's been a number of different reasons why it's been difficult finding somebody in the ring, right? You know what I'm saying? And nobody, starting with number one, nobody could anticipate what Loma was going to do. Nobody seen that coming. Nobody. Remember, I seen Tank with his kid also. I mean, look, I forget where he's ranked. Is he ranked number 2, number 3, something like that in the WBA? He ain't too far behind as far as rankings, but I doubt if he get that fight, right now, obviously. But he keep working, he'll be there. He's trying out of everyone to find a fight. He's trying to go to path of least resistance. He should start wearing the symbol for ground in his trunks. And again, I don't think the decision is really something that he's making on his own. I think his people are handling that for him, and him as a fighter is going along with the program as he's been doing, right? Because it's been working. That's their job. That's their stress. To, you know what I'm saying? That's where their responsibility lies. That's for them to stress and worry about and scramble and figure it out and making the calls. For him, just be training, be prepared, be ready, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's the people, you know what I mean, for them to stress about and not him. And I don't think he necessarily looking for something easy. I really don't, because I just imagine, like, you can say what you want about the resumes, the opponent selection. Nobody that's successful, and just look at the way he fight. He fights like a guy that really believes in himself. Like, so I just, with that alone, when you believe in yourself, your mentality is to win, and that's what you do. I don't see you being scared to challenge yourself against anybody, right? You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, when you've worked yourself in a certain space where you don't got to go kicking and screaming, there you go. So, you know, we seeing this play out. Shout out to WJ McCullough. Shout out to you, fam. Gertz was good with it, bro. Appreciate you. He said, give me Gary Antoine Russell. Hey, Gary Antoine Russell said, I'll go back down to one. He said, I'll go down to 135 for that fight. You know, Tank versus Keyshawn. It's early for that. Dre, what it do, Unc? How you feeling? De Los Santos, he back in the mix now, but he ain't gonna be ready if it's a November date, Gertz. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk fashion. My God, Keyshawn. Yeah, he got a date November 8th, I believe. Kate Causey with a dude Puyo. Not bad either, Aisha. Not a bad fight. Not a bad. None of these fights is bad because we know what we want. We've been there, done that as a collective in this room, right? We know what we want. We know what fights we want, but we also pass that because we know what's available and we know what guys are sprinkled out. And no, those fights are not bad fights. They different challenges, man. Different looks, another opportunity. All while he working himself to those guys that really matter the most. You know what I'm saying? Verse Havoc was good with it, fam. And again, I not to beat a dead horse, but I always said this and I maintain this. I hate that whole I hate the whole Loma decision to sit on the sideline. I hate that. You know what I mean? I really hated that because I truly thought we was getting that fight. That was something to, you know what I'm saying? That would have been fun. That would have been really fun to watch. Ray Patterson would have do my guy. Or maybe you're right, Teach. Maybe December, maybe. So and again, I don't think you think De Los Santos look a little heavy too. Look a little heavy. Would he be ready by then? You know what I mean? Coming off the injury, and they still gonna complain anyway. He smoked mine while he found him coming off an injury, and I guarantee you, yeah, that's why we here to have a real conversation, right? You know what I mean? Like Gary Russell Jr., Omar, what's good with it? And I understood that. That's why part of what I was saying was like, you got guys that if they were in the mix and more active, they would be real options. But he's one of those guys that fit that bill. He just been out of sight, out of mind, and ain't fought outside of 126. So there you go with that. People will be complaining right away. But like I said, I've been hearing this talk about Lamont Roach. And, you know, let's see it. He got some DC, you know, from that DC area, I believe. Say, man, let's see it, man. And people act like the kid can't fight. That's why I be at with it. That because like it's not so many people that you're gonna be able to match up per se, where you're gonna get that kind of matchup. But at least you got a guy in there that got some experience, been a champion, like can fight, can box, can fight a bit. You get what I'm saying? Lamont Roach is a good fighter. Some people act like it ain't a good fighter if he had to come up a weight class. I don't see the issue, man. If that's the fight next, man, let's give it to us, bro. I ain't mad at it, man. You got Gary Antoine versus Ryo happen. That's a good fight, man. I lean towards Gary Antoine, bro. Stylistically, I like Gary Antoine's style. I think he got a style where he can make it so that Ryo ain't able to be clean in there how he want to be, right? Be able to box and be smooth. He'll be able to disrupt that with his activity and his physical nature. So I lean towards him, but that's a good fight, bro. Trust me, that's a good fight. Probably not who we fight, probably the folks. Yeah. That's why over here, bro, we here to build on it, bro. We ain't complaining about that. You know what I mean? Yeah, throw him in there with whoever's saying, and this, I got the same energy for Tank and who he fight. Same energy for any fighter, man. Who, if you are a guy that's a top guy, whoever says yes, man. Who's saying yeah, man? You know what I'm saying? At this point, as long as it ain't you avoiding smoke, whoever say yes, I ain't mad at it. Let's see. You know what I mean? Porch for years, he's injured now, but when healthy, Tank needs to accept the. Yeah, trust me, I definitely think that's a fight that's gonna be made, Rashid. I do. And look, you know what? If you ever listen to Shakur and what he think, he'll say it to you, it'll come out his mouth. He like, man, Tank ain't no he ain't scary and none of that. He'll fight me. I think he'll fight me. Like, you know what I mean? I know he'll fight me. So he done said it, so he know it. And I think with them in particular, it's just a matter of timing. It really is, man. It's just a matter of timing. Just a matter of timing. That's it. That's all for me. That's it. Just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. They still young. They not too old. Just look at it that way. It's not over marinated. Neither guy lost. No need to panic yet. No need to panic yet, y'all. You know what I mean? We could breathe easy. That fight gonna happen. Look at it this way. You ever seen a fight where these guys ain't come to win and be confident? That's what they do. They winners. Even if you don't like one guy or the other, you don't like Shakur, they winners. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna happen. Matter of time, man. It's gonna happen. But in the meantime, man, I know it. Like I said, powers that be got a nice little job on their hands figuring out, what fight makes sense for them. You know what I mean? Moving forward. You know what I'm saying? A Ryo fight wouldn't have been bad at all, but there's just the problem that he's at 40 and coming back down to 35 is not something that I think he was gonna do, and I understand it, but I ain't tripping, man. I ain't tripping, man. Shout out to Tank and his team, man. I know he been focused, and that's all that matter. He gonna be prepared with whoever they select, whoever they pick, whoever they find, whoever end up saying yeah, whatever fight end up making sense. He can go out there and handle business, man. Saying Shakur gonna fight 2025. I believe it. I believe they could. I believe Ryo versus Tio. Oh yeah, talking that stupid stuff, right? Now, hey, Adrian, double KO with them, right? I'm not Ryo and Tio. Ryo got a real chance at being able to beat Tio. Tio and Ryan double KO if they fight. Double KO each other, man. I do, Rome. Why I say that? Because I want to give both fighters the benefit of doubt. And like I said, if you just push every narrative aside and deal with like the concrete evidence, or just look at how these dudes move, they haven't been on record for turning down fights, right? They not, like I said, when you know the guy that compete at the highest level for years, they're not known to shy away from competition. And despite what people think with Tank, it's the same way. They don't shy away from taking challenges, right? Always think about it. Always usually being a smaller man, always being at some type of disadvantage and being willing to accept it, fight these guys, right? You know what I'm saying? So when you as confident as he is and their team is, and the powers that be, the people that represent them, I don't think you shy away from challenges like a Shakur Stevenson the same way over that side, right? I just look at when that happens, it's just that matter of time, right? You get what I'm saying? Because I said this before, and this goes for both guys, that could go wrong, very wrong for either guy. It really could. It could either be a nip and tuck back and forth, ebb and flow kind of thing, or it could either go really bad for either guy. It's that type of a fight. So when you thinking like from a business standpoint, right? Just follow me. Don't blame the fighters. If they had it on their tables today, given the fighter that they are, believing in themselves, I think they take it. But when you think about it from a business standpoint, that, like I said, that could mess up some shit. That things could go really wrong on either side. I ain't saying you avoid that fight, but you get what I'm saying? You're going to make sure the timing and everything is on point when you do make it. I don't care what nobody say. That's not directed to either side. That's on some boxing shit. And I know better. I know better because, like I said, I had enough conversations to know. Shout out to homie. I got a chance to talk to a matchmaker, and I hear the way these people think, you know what I mean? And the way they talk in these rooms. And I know, at the end of the day, it's not that guys be scared or dudes be scared to put their fighter up against somebody that's tough. They just be having money involved. You know what I'm saying? Money involved, money in mind, and people be having plans and they be following them plans out. So like I said, when it comes to these these great fights, to these mega fights, or You know, when you're looking at the best fights in the division, it's going to take a little bit of work. That's all I'm saying. And that's all I'm cool with, right? Anything more than that, if you bleed us out, if you over marinated, then I have no words for boxing. You get what I'm saying? But I know enough to know I can't sit here and blame the fighters individually because they're not in control of that by themselves. I know this to be an undeniable fact. So when fights don't be happening, unless there's evidence that an offer was made and the team turned it away, or a fighter was like, nah, I'm cool, then I know it's not on them. The onus is not on them when these fights don't get put together. You get what I'm saying? I know better. You get what so with that, I just always think it's going to be a matter of time. And they really, like, I think they gauge the interest of the people. They know people want to see that fight, and they're going to give it to us when I think it makes sense. Anything more than that, I ain't got no words. You know what I'm saying? And that's me being optimistic, y'all, because I believe in both talents, both teams. I believe that's something that they want. I believe they understand that, you know, you might, just all ego and bullshit aside, you might need each other for different reasons. Point blank, period. When you're looking at fighting something, when you're campaigning in a division and you can look over at the other guy on the other side of you, whether you feel like you're better than them or not, if you could damn near undeniably say, hey, man, that's one of, if not the best other fighter in the division outside of me, then yeah, you need that fight for those purposes, on some boxing shit. Now, you might not need them to make money for sure. Like Bernie said, Bernie the boxer, shout out to him. But on some legacy stuff, to put a good name on the resume, somebody that you got to respect when it's all said and done, yeah, on some boxing shit, that should happen. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, as long as they don't, you know, kind of miss the ball on this one, it still is very fresh, and it's something that it ain't been stretched out too long. We ain't been waiting too long, but I want it sooner than later. But like I said, 2025 will be a perfect year for that fight to happen. Perfect. It'll be a perfect year for it to happen. So let's see. I'm hopeful, but we gotta see, you know. The trail said both belts can be on the line, though, from what is being told. What oh, you talking about with Ryo? Fast car. Eddie the Hitman Hearns, man, because he's scared and cherry picking for life. Abdul the cherry picker. Nah, Abdul, that's the thing. Abdul told y'all he don't be picking his fights. You got to understand, man, and it's time to start really using your head with that. It's going to be challenge involved. It's going to be risk involved in every fight that he's in, but it's money involved too. And whenever it's money involved, and on that level, being a big ticket seller, a big draw, bringing people out, the odds being on you like that, it's a lot of people getting they palms greased when you fight, when you win, when you do you. So I don't think it's cherry picking, man. I think the challenges are being taken. And like I said, man, it's all about preparing your guy for that moment. So I think he's at the point now where I don't think people are really paying attention to the moves and how things is subtly shifted, and you see the focus of the competition kind of shifting to guys that people said he wouldn't fight. This is what I'm saying. And I specifically remember people coming through here saying he'd never fight Frank Martin because he's not a flat-foot Mexican. He fights this dude, knocks him out. Boom. He was Doug Loma back in the day. He won't fight Loma. He was literally targeting to fight this dude. So it's like you see the moves being made. People don't appreciate it because it's not done exactly when they want it to be done. But if you're just paying attention to what's going on, you getting what you asking for. But guys got to all be on point. It all got to make sense. That's why I said these fights coming together is deeper than ducking, man. And that's going to be a series over here because it is, man. Timing is everything in boxing, man. Timing is everything, man. And we finding that out right here, right now. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I just can't do him like that. Legacy, what's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro? Need to see Shakur Teal in there with the man. That's fair. But look, when it comes to Tio just rather disrespect him. Tio don't want to go near them guys. You know what I mean? Mr. Empire would it do. He don't want to go near them guys. Tank ain't, and I'm trying to tell y'all got to think about narratives aside, y'all. Think about how Tank fight. He's far too confident in there to be like some scary ass dude. Like, you get me? Think about his approach to fights. You get what I'm saying? He trained how he fight. They train to do something. He's able to execute. These dudes not scared. This is shit they do for a living. You think Loma spent all that time in the Olympics and put this type of resume together, taking challenges from his second, third fight as a professional to be scared of anybody? Nah, they're not scared. It's just a matter of time, yo. It's time. Time, and I don't got all the answers, but I know it ain't just flat out, oh, this one is scared. Nah, man. Time, man. I'm telling you that if you a guy that put in as much work as Loma and you getting older, you really got some shit to consider when you getting there. I said this before, bro. That shit ain't easy. You getting in there, that could be the difference between you fighting one more fight or going somewhere else and fight maybe 3 more fights and then retire. You get what I'm saying? That shit taking fights off people's career. Dude need a little bit of time to think. I'm going to stall him out. I'm going to stall Devo out. Shout out to my guy, Cap. Roach. And again, look, is Roach a bad fighter? Nah, like I'm not, I can't kill the fight. Listen, Tank started from 126. He started from 126. Somebody coming from 130 to 135 is not criminal. You get what I'm saying? Especially that fighter already talking about how he'd feel going into the fight. He felt like he'd be stronger at the weight class. I like to see that because it's a very good possibility that that's the case. You get what I'm saying? Cooking with Sir, shout out to you, fam. Giving us just do. I got to keep it consistent. I got to give these dudes their credit. It's deeper than ducking. These dudes is not in full control of everything. Until they are, I can't get them 100% to blame when fights don't get facilitated. Because I know certain things and certain plays are out of their hands. I know better. This I know is an undeniable fact. It's not their fault. It's not their fault, but we got to put pressure where it need to be applied to. We're going to always speak our piece about the fights that need to be made. They know what need to be made, man. They know. BVO was good with it, fam. Teofimo, check his energy, bro. Look, like, think about this. You never known Tank to have a list of guys and be like, and take the path of the least resistance. You've never seen that. You've literally seen Shakur get to 35 and guys say no, and all the way till he ended up to Edwin De Los Santos. We all watched this in real time. Neither of them fighters have a track record of moving away from the smoke or going away from a challenge. But here you have Teofimo, and this was all respect to him. He had multiple options to fight guys and chose the path of the least resistance. He picked the least recognizable name that he could and fought him. And now he's currently turning down more smoke with quality guys, more opportunities to chase more legacy and all of this, make more money. He's turning down opportunities. He's now on the sidelines, right? And that odds with Top Rank because he's not taking fights. So again, we putting the jackets on the wrong fighters. With all respect to T.O., he is moving like a guy that's not a champion. It's not them other fighters that's doing that. You get what I'm saying? They don't have no list of guys and saying, yeah, give me the easiest. They not doing that shit. We're not seeing. I literally seen a fighter say, oh, he's good. He was in line. I'll fight him. Nope. I'll fight him. Nope. I'll fight him. Nope. We watching this. So we putting the jackets on the wrong guys. And we putting too much responsibility on fighters when shit is out of their control. And that, I know that much. That I know. Ashley's corner. What it do, Cuzzo? How you feeling? Court started at 26 as well. For sure he did. For sure. I say that because you can't complain about a guy coming from 130 to 135. They all got to move up eventually. You get what I'm saying? It's moving up is just part of the game. What I'm looking at is what's available. It's the same old song and dance. What's available and what's gonna make sense with that time that's available in that time slot. So you don't have a lot of options. People just got to be realistic, but a good fight is a good fight. I've seen too many upsets in boxing to complain about fights at this point. When it's a good fighter, when it's a guy that's proven to be good and worth a good challenge, man. Lamont Roach is a damn good fighter, bro. He really is. And seeing the little clip, you know what I mean? I'm a player. Seeing a little clip of them going at it as youngest make me want to see what had happened in the pros. I ain't against it. Hell is with they grown men. I'm not against no fights. Have they grown men at the end of the day? You know, Tank got a lot of experience. It's going to be hard for guys to stack up against that anyway. It's only a select few guys that can stack up against them anyway. So we can't just throw everybody else away. Lamont Roach is one of them guys that's just a good fighter at the end of the day. And if that's who's stepping in there, don't get in there, bro. Let's just see boxing. Let's appreciate it. Let's enjoy it. I mean, you know, hold people feet to the flame when they're not moving accordingly. But like I said, certain fighters don't have no track record of being a guy that's avoiding smoke. just because you ain't calling this and out. You taking every opportunity that's being put in front of you and you standing on that shit and getting people up out of there, or just beating guys however you got to do it. You get what I'm saying? You ain't saying don't make the guys that I'm mad at. It's the ones that selectively picking and choosing and flying under the radar. They're calling out the big names, but they picking the guys that nobody can recognize in this room. You get me? So those are, I would be more frustrated with that approach than people that are not getting fights because they're not, not in control of what's going on with the other guy, or maybe somebody is not available. That's not the shit that's making me mad. What's making me mad is when people are available and those options are 100% on the table for said fighter. That guy is saying, nah, eeny, meeny, miny, give me that one over there that nobody knows. Yeah, I want to fight that dude. And then when I get him, when I fight him, I'm going to tell everybody how tough he was. And the reason I picked this fight is because he tough. Like, nah, man, we got to be mad at the right guys, man. These dudes ain't the ones that's ducking. Get what I'm saying? Roach, he's one of the damn sure one of the best at 130. Opulent was good with it, fam. Matchmakers do what they do, but don't care. Yeah, they gonna. That's why they know, because at the end of the day, all they care about Opulent, and for the most part, their number one is money. Spoken right from one themselves. Their number one thing is that money, and that be the number one concern for everybody across the board for the most part. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got some certain situations where, it'd be just straight some legacy stuff, but you better believe that it's money attached to that legacy fight as well. It ain't just, all guts and glory without them caring about that bag. They care about that bag. TD was good with it, going to 140 next year, middle or end. I wonder how long he'll be there. He said he'd be there for a little bit though. But my thing is, TD, I don't care how long he be there, as long as he get that fight. I don't care what else you do at 35. I'm here for it. I'm supporting it. But as long as you get that fight, whenever you move to 140, it'll be perfectly fine, right? As long as you get that fight. Go get what you work for. Win, lose, or draw, go get what you work for. Work with somebody that's going to make sure that fight is delivered to you before you step your foot up out of 35. Make sure you go be a participant in that Super Bowl. Go get that Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Go get that Super Bowl fight before you even think about taking yourself and your talents up to 140. Do yourself a favor. You know what I mean? Go get what you work for, what you earned, as well as the guy on the other side. Y'all deserve to fight each other. See, I come different over here. Y'all put yourselves in position where time and time again at the East Division, no matter how long or how short you've been there, y'all always been the top guy. Now this is where y'all at. Before y'all find yourselves out of the weight class with each other, you deserve a fight with each other. Both of y'all deserve it. All that BS and bullshit aside, get y'all money, go out there and be great, get the fans one of the best fights at 35 and move on. Can't wait to see it, man, because I don't care how long he stay there, as long as that's one of the fights that he go get that fight, to do whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's as a true fight fan. I want both guys to do whatever they need to do as fighters to get that fight, because they deserve it, man. The people deserve it. They deserve to challenge themselves against the best, so they could put any speculation to bed as to undeniably who's number one. Why wouldn't you want to prove that? You get what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to prove that? So shout out to him, man. I can't wait. I'm here for it. But like I said, man, I think stuff is a lot deeper than just somebody ducking and avoiding and all that type of stuff, right? Timing is everything. Money need to be accounted for. People need to get paid. Shit got to make sense. And I know that shit ain't going to be easy with these bigger fights. You get what I'm saying? These more, risky fights. Because make no mistake, like I said, and this is for both sides, you better cross all your T's and dot your I's when you take that challenge, because you don't want to just end up just another one. You don't want to be just another one. And you know what I mean? You don't want to be another dude. You don't want to just be another dude, end up being outboxed and embarrassed by Shakur and hopefully people complaining about the performance save you. You don't want to be one of them. And if you on the other side, you don't want to be another Tank Davis victim, somebody that, father looking at his son with his head in the corner of the ropes. Like, it's shit that man, it's a lot that's a loss. That shit could go really bad for either guy. So what I'm saying is, people gonna cross their T's and dot their I's, and they're gonna go get that smoke, because ain't no avoiding it. Go get what you said you wanted, and that's it. You know what I mean? Get the people what we supposed to get. Yeah, I just wish someone was on his hit list. I think they are, respectfully. I do. I just think it's a matter of like when more so than anything. Especially if you thinking about like being in a deal where, toward the end you could probably be, calling it a career. So I think with that being a mentality, I think them names are in there. I do. I think he got enough room and wiggle room on that contract to get those people in there. I really do. And like I said, man, I don't want to be the dead horse, but if y'all just see the direction of things, Loma was on the list. That's a great name to put on there to keep moving through this deal. That was a perfect name to continue his journey with. From the Frank to the Loma. Get what I'm saying? That list start getting shorter and shorter because you knocking off these guys, the top guys. So that's where the frustration at, man. That's where the frustration at. A lot of people would kill to be in Loma's shoes and have that opportunity cross their desk, bro. Boots Ennis and Virgil. That's still a potential fight at 54. Shakur knocking out Tank. Oh, man. Hell nah, man. That dude got a big ass head, man. Tank big head ass head. Big head, hell of a chin. He ain't going nowhere. You better outthink him. That's all I'm saying. You got one of them beers. Anybody could be hurt, but you gotta outthink that guy. Don't bet on no knockout with him. I feel like it's the same thing with Shakur. Don't bet on no knockout with him. Fight him and outthink him and let that knockout come. Same difference. Just a different approach because they threaten you a different way. Tanks is a lot more physical, especially with that pressure in his approach. Shakur is it's mental pressure for me with him. So, you know what I mean? It's a different approach, but they both get the job done. And these fighters on 40 walking around on 60, it doesn't make sense. I remember when fighters walked around damn near their fighting weight. What happened that year? I think what happened is people finding ways to gain that advantage. I think that's the initial thought process behind it. If you know you can make a good penny fighting at a weight class where you might can make some sacrifices to have some advantages, maybe physically, right? Then I think that's what you see. You see guys doing exactly that. You see them finding ways to, you know what I mean? Like, for example, the guy, Kurt Scooby, shout out to him. He was a football player. I think he was over 200 pounds. He was over a 200-pound football player. The dude he was fighting at, 140. He took a loss at 140 and went down to 135. This dude used to be over 200 pounds before. You get what I'm saying? So like, you look at him and you like, hey, muscular as hell, but how the hell how you make it 135 and it used to be 200 and some pounds as a athlete, as a football player? It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I think anything to gain the advantage. Shout out to my guy Gertz. To fight ASAP before they get upset. Tank is pushing up on 30. Look what happened to Wilder Joshua. Yeah, look, 30, but 30 preserved, 30 young. He ain't had a bunch of wars. He ain't beat up. He take pretty good care of his body. He he had opportunity to make mistakes very early, correct them. He's been on the up and up. He in the prime of his career. I feel like as long as they're in their primes, it won't be too late because I do think there's a window. I don't see Shakur being at 135 for the rest of his career, right? So I think there's a window in and of itself to cease that fight, right? For that reason, obviously. But like I said, as long as they're in their primes, I don't think it's going to be too late or anything like that. You know what I mean? I just want to see it. You know what I mean? Preferably sooner than later for sure. On the business side, I wonder if Roach fight meets the guarantee paid up front. That 7-fight deal, right? Is interesting and a great point that you're making, Remo, because it kind of brings me back to the initial question and something I think an element that creates or adds difficulty when trying to secure and make this fight, right? Exactly what you're saying. But you know what I mean? Does it fit? You know what I mean? Does it make sense? You know what I mean? Can they sell this one? Can they pass this one by the people and say, hey, look, man, this is what we came up with and this is what we're going with? Get what I'm saying? It's a lot to consider, man, because they ain't in the business of flopping. They do very well for this young man. You know what I mean? Put him in very good positions to be successful. And he put the cherry on top, the ice on the cake, however you want to do it with the performance. He handled his end. They handled theirs. So it's like the pressure is really on them to handle their business because last time we seen him, what'd he do? He handled his. So now it's back on y'all to find somebody that makes sense, and he gonna handle his business. You know what I'm saying? But that's interesting. I just wonder how difficult that is. Boxing hacker, what it do, fam? Did fighters walk around and fight weight? Dre, man, what's good with it? I don't remember that's happened in the history. I think more so back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He played over here at Monrovia High School. Who's that? What happened to Abraham Nova? He's still around. Abraham Nova's still around. He had a fight more recently. Did he lose? I forget. He might have lost the fight though, but he's still putting in the work. Shaq was dehydrated in his last fight. I don't know what happened. I see Tank retiring at 140. I mean, look, it's possible, bro. Haney and Teal seem too late, unfortunately. This the thing, Hannibal. It wasn't too late. That fight was on the table. Turkey had an offer for Teofimo for Devin Haney fight, and he said he was going in another direction. This is recently. I talked about it I think it was last week. Did I talk about it or the week before? I'm not sure. Pardon me, but it's up on the channel. I talked about it. So that fight wasn't dead in the water, but Tio, at least for now, he killed it. And my thing is with Tio, he ain't been wanting to fight nobody that we want to see him fight for sure. And he's getting opportunities to fight guys that we would like to see him in there with. And he like, nah. Oh, you mean for Tank? To fight Tank. Yeah. Shit. I mean, I think as long as them dudes at 40, I think there's some mild possibility there, right? Because they could always figure something out. I think worst case scenario, he could find himself at 140 again. You never know. Because my thing is, some people, they say he don't have 50-50 fights. And the only thing I would say to that, because I'm not big on arguing, I understand that, but how long could you stay at a division that doesn't provide you 50-50 fights? You get what I'm saying? Because that's just a situation where people are going to complain. Am I right? So, I don't know. It's different. It's just Kevin was good with it, fam. Dante's boxing talk. My God was good, family. Wonder Tio trying to get out his top rank there for making a big money fight. It'll make you, it's a head scratcher why he moving that way, because he is doing the things that will put you in that light to be a guy that's going to get cut. He is doing that. He is moving very weird. He's definitely doing that. He definitely is. So that's something to think about, but part of me just feel like, I don't know, it look like a confidence thing, bro. It look like a confidence thing. It's just like a confidence thing. I don't know, just like a confidence or comfort thing. And reason why I'm going there with it is because we already know the four that he had to choose from. He picked Claggett, right? All right, moving past that, turning down Haney, telling Turkey and them you going in another direction, being at odds with Top Rank because you turning down offers or opportunities to fight guys like Brian Norman at 47 as well. And then you heard him say in an interview, he risked his life in there. He put his life on the line, something to that effect. And he was like, I earned the right to dictate or something, basically saying picking who he want to fight. And if you see what he's doing, he had options. He picked Claggett, moved fast forward. He had some more options. He turned them both down. He never said a year to neither of the options this trip. So it looked like it's getting worse, and he's being more selective with his picking and choosing. And now that's a direct result of him sitting on the sideline. You know what I mean? That is exactly, the outcome of his decision making, his poor decision making, or his unwillingness to get in there with people that they've been offering him that would make sense for him to go in there and fight. So I don't know about T.O., man. Very talented, true indeed, but his moves, they're confusing. They leave you scratching your head, and it's hard to make it's hard to make an argument or a case for him to say that he got something better planned, because last time he tried to plan something, he tried to, facilitate a deal without, Bob Arum, and you see how that shit went for him. So he ain't shown the ability to have some master plan up his sleeve or nothing. He's just been a guy that won some fights. Every time he won a big fight, he over celebrate. He kind of take his eye off the ball. He kind of had his sense of entitlement about him. You hear him start talking about how much money he made for Top Rank. Then he threw out a bogus ass number, which I think was exaggerated as hell, inflated as hell. So you see what I'm saying? It's just like he becomes very self-absorbed and intoxicated with his own success. He has a big win, a big fight, and then he just go on this like diva tour. So I like Teofimo indeed, but I don't understand his moves. I wish I did, but it's hard to explain why we be turning down quality challenges and taking subpar fights with guys with 7 losses. You get what I'm saying? And I ain't, one for knocking guys, but I said this before, if you're going to be the takeover, I would think sitting at my seat, you would be moving a different way, like, and not kind of, you get what I'm saying? You can moving funny, so. He said he might retire to losing to Shakur. Man, that's a risky fight, like I said, for both guys. That could go wrong. You know what I mean? And it's some real things. You better be ready on either side. You just better be ready. He out here doing his best Canelo impression. Yeah, impersonation. Yeah, for sure. He is. Mr. Empire said Till's running out of moves to play. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He putting himself at odds. Lonnie Lee, my guy, what's good with it? Tunnel vision, what it do, bro? And not paying him what he wants. And I don't know what he want is realistic, right? They're not paying him what he want. He not fighting who they want him to fight. You get what I'm saying? To a degree. So it's like, it's not a good situation to be in. And I'm for the fighter. I would love to see T.O. in a situation where he good, he happy, and he fighting because, like I said, fully focused, he's an interesting dude, very talented fighter to watch. You know what I mean? World-class level. So, you know what I mean? Even being an inconsistent guy, he can really scrap in there. Good fighter. But I just don't know where he go. I don't know where he go from here, bro. I don't know. We can say other fighters had to do what's in their best interest of their career and chastise others for doing the same. They all do tunnel vision. That's a fair point. They all do across the board. And I think that's something to consider always when a move is made outside of what you probably thought that was going to be made in your head. You get what I'm saying? Dudes are really going to do what's best for them in most cases. And that's what they supposed to do, because we would all do the same thing if we was in their shoes. You know what I mean? Whatever that entails at that moment, that's what they're supposed to do. Them, their teams, all parties involved do the best thing possible for their career. That's why I don't tear nobody down. I just try to come to an understanding as to what's going on. Like today, speaking on the difficulty of, finding an opponent. And I started with, I just don't think they could have anticipated a Lomachenko pulling out of the situation or kind of delaying the situation with his answer and his moves. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that turned out to be a challenge, as we seeing right now, and trying to find somebody and select somebody within a reasonable time frame that makes sense, especially when you're trying to make sure a fighter is able to secure a date and to stay active and get one more fight in before the end of the year. You got to make sure that's the right situation. You ain't trying to just rush the situation just to keep him active, but you want something. It got to be something that makes sense. It's business at the end of the day, right? So I think they've had their work cut out for him this trip in particular, because at no other point in his career have we seen it be this way. Shout out to Boxing Hacker, said Till's been tripping since Rio 2016. He's still nuts.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Shout out to my guy, Boxing Hacker. Lonnie Lee, my brother, man, for the 10-piece. Much love. Always supporting the grind. What's good? Just some color, bro. Always.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Brother Lonnie Lee, man. Cornelius, what it do, player? How you feeling? All things, my guy. How you feeling, bro? Always good to see my boy in the building. He was trying to fight easy fights for big money. Top Ring isn't going for it. Yeah, he's not going to be able to outsmart him. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just going off of what he said. And I know that little clip, and it went over a lot of people's head because I ain't hear it. Nobody talking about it. I should have brought it up before I got here, man. So I could have had it for y'all. But he's saying once he said the word dictate, he deserved the right or something like that to dictate. I was like, there you go. That's the problem. He's telling you what he thinks. So if it's a fight that you're offering him that he don't like, he like, nah, Nah, I deserve the right. I earned the right. I risked my life in there. I made all this money for Top Rank. We got J-Lo. I still ain't seen J-Lo, man. I still ain't seen J-Lo, y'all. Lamarcus, my guy, man. What's good, fam? I still ain't seen J-Lo, y'all. Still ain't seen Terence. I don't even know what he meant by that. I ain't seen her yet. I ain't seen her yet. But that's what he on. You know what I mean? He got this sense of entitlement about him. It's borderline diva-ish, and it's coming off as if you don't really believe in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I hope he proved me wrong, by the way. To your boy Haney. Yeah, now Hannibal, I could say this undeniable fact that Turkey Al-Sheikh had that opportunity lined up for him. And I told y'all this for the ones that was there. I said it before Haney came out with the interview with Andre Ward. Told you somebody directly close to Haney, the situation told me what it was. He was like, yo, Turkey had this fight lined up for him, and he said he was going another direction. Then you seen Haney come out and spoke on it with Andre Ward. He not just making that. I know for sure. That's just not made up. Not making that up. So that dude really don't. He don't want it. He don't want to fight certain people. He put himself on the NBF list, man. You know what I'm saying? He put himself there, and that's funny. He put himself there. He like, yeah, I'm not fighting none. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting none of them dudes. You hear me? Bro said I ain't fighting none of them dudes. You hear me? Lewis 4500, my guy. What's good with it, bro? How you feeling, Lewis? What's good? What's good with it, family? Good to see you, my guy. Y'all make sure y'all punch the button for your guy, man. We're gonna keep building, man. But like I said, man, shout out to Team Tank. They got their work cut out for them, for real, for real. You know what I mean? And I know some people feel like, the Queen, she probably was joking though. Some people have been saying he the new boogeyman. I don't think he gotta be the boogeyman, and not for any bad reason. He's the boogeyman, but in a different way. He's the boogeyman that you get in the ring with, and it do what it do. Like he's by them performances. That's spooky. Frank Martin got done filthy, G. You know what I mean? He got filthy. He got done filthy, y'all. So he's the boogeyman, but it's different kind of boogeyman. It's not the one where you don't want to go near and you don't want to fight. It's the one that you like. You know what? He get hit a little bit, right? Right? He just strong, right? He hit hard, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? I can make some money, right? Right? You get in there, and you get what I'm saying? You get in there, and then it's like you get knocked out, and you like, damn. Okay. Yeah, nah, he nice. You get me? Because it's like, damn, nah, I'll go in there and try to make that money, y'all. I could make some money with him. They call him, that's who they call him the face of boxing. Look how Leo was hitting him. Look how Frank Martin was hitting him. Frank Martin put a bruise on his face. You know how they be talking. Look how he was hesitant with Barrios. You know how they talk. Y'all know how they talk. Nah, that's the dude they call him face of boxing. And he only 5'5". I could beat him. He only strong. I just got to not get hit. You know what I'm saying? And I can make some money. I'm getting the biggest bag too. I'm getting a fight on that stage. It's an event. Then you get there, and then you find out. And then it's like, oh, all right. That's what was going on. And I really think it's one of them things. It's one of them things, right? Because I don't think they scared. You got to be an idiot, man. Because I'm out of shape. And I mean out of shape, skinny ass would fight one of these dudes for that kind of money. I would get in there with him for that bread, y'all. Y'all know how they be. Yeah, he get hit. They calling him the face of boxing. I could get in there with him. He not really that good. He's not really that good. I heard he don't even hit that hard. I heard he don't hit that hard. And then you get in there, and then it's like, oh shit. I'm telling you, it's just like, damn, he pretty damn good. She said, oh, for real, they running scared. Oh, you really think like that? You really feel like that? I think it started with Loma right now. I don't think I can go past Loma, but I got a question mark by him. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what he's doing. Because you gotta be an idiot, man. Trying to embarrass me. You get what I'm saying? You get in there, you be like, oh shit, man, I see what's on there. Now the jig is up, it's over with. You in there now. You gotta make it do what it do, man. Can't pay people millions to get knocked out no more. Take these boys scared. Nah, and I think they'll fight. Jay Dixon, what's good, Jay? How you feeling, Brody? Think they'll fight, bro. They would kill Tank for Roach, but TL Shakur could fight guys the public never heard of. Nah, they'll kill them all, but nah, we can't kill him for Roach because Roach is a good fighter. Showtime, the guy. What's good with the family? How you feeling? It's not a bad fight, man. It's not a bad fight because he's not a bad fighter. You know what I'm saying? Matchup wise, I mean, you know, he can make it do what it do, bro. He can make it do what it do. Like I said, I ain't tripping, but I really don't think. I don't think, because again, I just try to use what the information that's out. I hear people say like, the reason they not coming out and saying all these other guys is turning them down because they don't want to let us know that some like weird. I don't know. I can't see it that way, right? I don't think it would be a secret. It would be, you would want that to be known. You wouldn't want that to be a secret, right? If the reason you are ending up in the ring is with a guy that, for the ones that's not paying attention, the ones that's complaining or looking as a lesser guy or a lesser opponent, if the reason you are ending up in there with him is because guys, the more quality guys are turning you down, wouldn't you want to make that known instead of facing the unfair or unrealistic criticism of being accused of bringing a smaller guy up again and all this chatter that's unnecessary? Wouldn't you want to put things in its proper context by saying, hey man, you know what I mean, I try to get X, Y, and Z in there, but F end up getting in there with me. You get what I'm saying? I don't see the harm in that. I don't see why it would be like top secret. You get what I'm saying? For us not to know that. Like, I think that's something that let it be known, right? Like, yo, this is why this guy is an option. And to a degree, it is why Roach would be a option, I think, because somebody did initially say no. But I think it's only been one guy to that count, to my count. It's just one guy that I can say that. I can't say nobody else at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's very early, so only guy I can say is Loma sitting his ass on the sideline, probably rubbing his beard while we annoyed at what's going on right now. Facts, Andre. The jig is up, man. I don't have a clue. Tank fight next year. Listen, Lamont Roach could be a real thing. Could be. Richard Paris, my guy. Never been Tank style for sure. The real question is, B3 was good with. Would this be the first fight we see Tank carry his brethren? What you mean carry his brethren? Forever G's was good with it. They lying. Let's just be real. They lying. Fools be lying. They be lying. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Some people feel like, yeah, look, everybody's avoiding him, but I would say, at what point in his career has that ever been the case? It would be tough. Why would it just change to that now all of a sudden, right? Where nobody just wants to fight, wants that opportunity. Get what I'm saying? That's tough, and that's it's unfortunate if, as time progressed, those stories do come out and they're validated. If they're validated and guys are truly ducking and avoiding, then I'll speak on it. But like I said, I don't think that's what's going on more so than anything else. I think timing has kind of been a big factor in what's going on right now, as well as the initial guy having the opportunity and just electing to sit on the side for a while. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I think that kind of sent things in a very disruptive way. You know what I mean? It just sent things, kind of crazy. So I don't know. Line was good with it, fam. And the cash cow, that's what I'm saying. I don't think people are doing that because I think that's foolish, right? You got that opportunity, you take it. And like I said, why would they only be vocal with Lomachenko, who's one of the best fighters in the division, but not vocal about nobody else? It would just be that doesn't make any logical sense. Like, if you are vocal about one guy, then you're gonna be vocal about the next. For example, Shakur, you knew guys were openly saying no, and he went in the line and got to De Los Santos. We knew this to be a fact. It was nothing he was just putting out there and making up himself. Guys was literally making excuses and having reasons for why they didn't want to fight. And he ended up where he ended up. And I think the same case would be said for Tank's situation, right? Well, we started at Loma, boom. And then we reached out to X, Y, and Z. They were busy, or they said they had other plans. You get what I'm saying? I don't think it would be no harm in just letting it be known that guys don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I think the only guy we really could point at is Lomachenko, the great Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I just, like I said, you just got to be a fool to turn down your most lucrative opportunity. You getting money, you getting legacy, you get the opportunity, you fighting on the stage. The opportunity is just too great. You get what I'm saying? Whether you lose or not, even losing to him is not the worst thing in the world, especially if you survive. You know, that's worked out for Pitbull, guys like that. So I just don't know. D, man, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? I just don't know, man. I don't know. You just got to be foolish. You got to be foolish to turn down that opportunity like that and say, nah, I don't want it. I don't know. Still getting slack for that. Yeah. It's, I mean, I get it. I come to the conclusion that, you know, some people just process things differently, right? And they make certain, you know, they come to certain conclusions out of certain information. But for me, I know better. Like I said, I was on the phone and I got an opportunity to hear somebody tell me directly that there was no offer being sent. And it wasn't being said like, you know, it's not being sent because they scary or something like that. It's just we haven't gotten to that. And that's so understandable. And it's right there. Everything else, you can kill it after that point. So, you know what I'm saying? I just can't wait to see what next year got. I mean, I think next year will provide that opportunity that a lot of us want to see. You know what I mean? Going out. Also letting know that they left the table. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, shit. Once they made it public, because it's one of those things where it shouldn't be much of a secret, right? If you really don't plan to fight, if you leaving an opportunity for somebody else and you saying you're not right now, they were very public with that statement. So yeah, you were right. They ain't have to say nothing because they were saying it themselves. But that's my thing. You know, but now they did. They came out and spoke and said they called Lomachenko a duck. They did. So my thing is, if that was the case with everybody else, it would be being said. If it was, if the problem with getting Tank an opponent was because people was ducking him, when Leonard Ellerby was in that interview talking with Eddie Hearn, I think that's something that would have came up. You get what I'm saying? And he did an interview after that as well. So you got to listen to the guy that be representing him. Like, that's not something that he's saying. And I just don't believe that to be the case. You know what I'm saying? So, and straight from his mouth, he said, you know, you don't send him anything. He'll send it to you. So he'll tell you when, where, how, all this shit. So people got to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind before we frame everybody to be something that they can't be, because they're not going to be the ones to facilitate the offer. That's what the man himself said, and he worked with him. That's what he said. So it's either that or he lying, right? I ain't known him to be no liar. So that's how I look at that situation. That's why it's kind of easy to see that it's just everybody, you know, being scared of him or not wanting to fight him. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, time will continue to tell, though. But I tell you what, you know, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt until I see definitive proof. But let me find it out, boy. I'm gonna be twice as mad about it, because I've been very, you know what I mean, consistent with giving guys that benefit of the doubt, saying that that's not what's going on. But I don't believe so. Not for everybody anyway. Pay the Duck Shakur and Loma Duck Tank. To be honest with you, Kingston, Loma said no to Shakur before he ever said no to Tank. Just people just wasn't as mad about it as they are now for whatever reason, but they wasn't that mad. You had people still arguing or you know, justifying and using Bob Arum to justify it, but they wasn't mad when he said no to Shakur. He was like, so what? Damien, what it do, my guy? Roman still has an IBA belt. Yeah, he still need this whooped. You know what I mean? Rude, what it do, my guy? How you feeling? Roman's old. Bam still gets full credit for beating Estrada. He get full credit for beating Estrada because real one's gonna give him credit. Big Supreme, shout out to you. And I'll give Tank 100% credit for beating Loma, because your age to me is not determined by the number that you are. It's determined by the performances and how you look in the ring, right? For me, I don't know how everybody else look at it. Some people like, oh, he's 36, he's old. Who made Lomachenko look old in the ring? Anybody, y'all seen anybody make Lomachenko look old? Look like he don't belong in the ring? Anybody? Y'all ever seen Loma just get dominated in the ring? Anybody? I mean, you seen Teofimo had a good half of a fight, right? Straight until he started obviously fighting back. And you see how that looked at, you know, in its totality. But have you ever seen Loma just look like an old guy that should hang it up? Have you ever seen him look like, yeah, you probably should? No, I've never seen it. The last loss he had was what, Devin Haney, right? Life and death in there. It was close ass fight, nip and tuck, back and forth. World class fighter. You get what I'm saying? Young guy, young boy, the youngest out of the bunch. He gave him a very, very good fight. You know what I'm saying? Very, very good fight. So, Loma, anybody that beats Lomachenko at all at this point is getting 100% credit. I'm not doing that weird shit. Cause you old is no indictment. Terence Crawford is at the same age or a little older. I ain't trying to hear it. You get what I'm saying? He ain't old to me either, because I don't see it in the ring. I don't see an old guy that look like he should be retiring. So I don't see that. I see a real fighter in there. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with Loma. He a dog. So got to give whoever beat him 100% credit. You can't give Tank credit for beating Loma. You must don't like Tank or something. I don't know. Or must don't think Loma is still an elite guy. I do. Motown, Nick Ballin, what it do, family? How y'all feeling? Got to. Maybe against Jermaine Ortiz. You know what I mean? You've seen some, but even then, I'm talking about the actual performance, right? He, still hung in there, never just get dominated, right? And then in his last performance, he stopped a guy I know, it's Cambosis, but he did stop him, never been stopped. He did have 2 fights with Devin Haney. I know Devin Haney's not a big puncher, but you get my point. 24 rounds with a world-class fighter. He got his ass beat, but Loma was able to stop that guy, punish him. You know what I mean? Loma is still a world-class fighter at the top. So whoever beats him, in my opinion, respectfully, is going to get all the credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Got to. You got to get these dudes their credit, man. I'm about building the fighters up, not tearing them down, man. Somebody got to show me that he don't belong in the ring for me to just feel like he's some old-ass guy, you know? As the people focus on critiquing whoever makes the most money nowadays in boxing instead of keeping the same energy with every single fighter instead of just tanking Canelo. Yeah, because I think those are the low-hanging fruit legacy, and it's easy. It's easy. It's become a somewhat, in some cases, a popular thing to go at Tank and everything he do. I'm just calling it what it is. From what I see and observe, is a lot of people do it. Not everybody, right? But it's like the low-hanging fruit. I mean, the guys that the name said the most, you tend to critique the heaviest. You know what I mean? But understand this, heavy is the head to wear the crown. They're essentially 2 guys that are looked at as faces of boxing. That's why people look at everything they do through a magnifying glass. You know what I'm saying? So oftentimes people over-exaggerate, but at the end of the day, those dudes are putting on for sure, but Tank definitely not moving the way Canelo is. Like, I don't think he has people breathing down his back and then continuously strategically maneuvering around him. I don't see that path for Tank. So, you know what I mean? But the responsibility is there. People are going to hold them to a high standard. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that's the position that he's worked himself into, right? It's just as long as you're being realistic about it. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, being realistic is understanding that some things is out of his control, and he was aiming for one of the absolute best fighters in the division and he couldn't get him. So now whoever he ends up with, you shouldn't be a person like, well, all he do is try to do this and do. That's garbage talk, because you've seen what the focus was. You've seen what kind of ripple effect is caused by a guy that they was truly thinking was going to be all on board with fighting him. You see what kind of effect that it caused. So I can't be tripping on that dude like, yo, he just trying to bring up a smaller guy from 130 and do X, Y, and Z. Nah, he was trying to fight this guy because he was available and it made sense. It's a guy that has some type of history with that people said he wouldn't fight. He's not a flat-foot Mexican. He's a guy with elite level footwork, right? Still in his prime to me. Still could perform at a world-class high level. Like I said, gave Devin Haney all he can handle in that undisputed fight. Don't tell me that he can't go in there and give Tank Davis a damn good fight for as long as it lasts. I believe that. I truly believe that. And I wish we would have had the opportunity to see it. So that's how I look at things, man. You just got to understand the order of things and how we got to where we got to. He didn't just wake up and say, you know what, I'm targeting Lamont Roach. Let's pull him up from 130. And that's how people will treat the situation like that's what he did. It's not what happened. So it's like it irks me, because if you just put it in its proper context, maybe you could make peace with the situation, and you look at the chessboard and you see where the pieces fit, you'll understand that it's the way he got entered into the conversation. You get what I'm saying? And it wouldn't be the most difficult fight to make either. So it's a lot to consider when you talk about the business aspect as well. Them being essentially left at the altar, ready to fight Loma, right? He goes and leaves them at the altar. Like, not in the mood right now. Not right now. I mean, now you get me. So next thing up, you go down the line, you see some guys are okay. When I was negotiating with Loma, you know, guys were essentially probably free or in different situations. Now, once I stop here, now these other options are somewhat immediately off the table. Now you left with, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's not nothing to trip over. Let's see some good boxing, man. Lamont Roach could fight, bro. Has 12 fights at 31, 35. Tank and Roach have history. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Shout out to Kingston, man. Y'all make sure y'all punch the like button for your bro, man. Sub to the channel, all that good stuff, man. If you haven't here, I got y'all, man. I got the little footage. Man, I don't know, man. I know that was a long time ago, amateur fights, but they got some little history, man. Lamont Roach ain't no trash fighter by any stretch, man. He's a good fighter. It's not an indictment for a guy to go up a weight class, especially around the time in boxing where we know a lot of guys that's fighting at weight classes where they shrinking down that. I'm not saying that he's doing that, but we know a lot of guys are operating at weight classes where they, you know, where they clearly could be up one. You know what I'm saying? And he could be one of those guys. He already said he'd be more filled out. He'll be stronger. He feel like he'll feel better up there already. So I'm not dismissing him if he ain't dismissing himself. Right? Think about the mentality of these fighters, man, that had to move up in the past. Think about a Tank mentality the first time he moved up to 130 or 35. You get what I'm saying? He moving up. Ain't nobody say, "Oh, you bringing Tank up to fight him." He came from 126. You get what I'm saying? It's just part of the journey. So I just appreciate it for what it is, man. Somebody that's willing to accept the challenge. There's so many ways to look at this, especially if you're somebody that feels like how we got to this point is because people are ducking and hiding. No argument, man. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel, man. No argument for me. But then you should really appreciate a guy like Lamont Roach saying, yeah, right, if he is the in case the guy. And he had a little response to Devin Haney because Devin Haney was laughing at it. You know, the whole notion that Tank was fighting Lamont. He told Dave, "You laughing a little too hard, my boy." Lamont said, "You laughing a little bit too hard, bro." See, so what it do, my guy? How you feeling? So you playing chess? I'm busy. What it do, my guy? Which one was which? What's that? Any Tank fight is exciting to watch. Never liked Shakur when he fought Devin Santos. Hey, look, man. That's just what it is. Hey, so there you go. It's one less reason to complain, right? Because he ain't never been in a boring fight, right? He ain't never been in a boring fight. My thing is, man, you win how you win, man. Everybody can't win how Tank win. There's only one Tank Davis, man. I say this all the time. He watched Teal and beat Loma the first 7 rounds easy. Who watched Teal and beat Loma? Beat Loma to say, "Oh, you talking about Teal was beating Loma the first 7 rounds easy?" Yeah, because he wasn't throwing more than what 5, 6 punches around. That ain't hard to do. When he started throwing double-digit punches around, he lost damn near every round in a row except for that. I think the 12. He was getting pieced up from about 8 to 8, 9, 10, 11. He was getting pieced up all the way up into that 12. And this sparring, they was so little, and Tank was, yeah. Tank, which was Roach. Oh, Tank was in the blue. Tank was in the blue. Tank was in the blue. Said Devin is trash. I don't think Dev is trash, man. That man say we'll never lose to a white boy. Look at him now. Y'all calling Ryan a white boy. He ain't lose, man. Dev's still undefeated. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Jordan, what it do, my guy? How you feeling, bro? I'm gonna say the shoulder was hurt. Yeah, nah, he had surgery. He did. He had surgery on the shoulder. He legit had surgery on his shoulder for real. Loma did. Y'all remember his joint was slinged up after that? He had some surgery on his joint, on his shoulder. At least he ain't say the salt water healed him like Manny did. You know what I mean? At least he ain't blaming on the techniques. I think Haney is a decent boxer, but a tad bit overrated. I mean, it just look at it this way. Think about how many fighters that he better than. You know what I'm saying? Just look at it. He's been in 2 weight classes for the most part, right? 35 and now 40. He's been a top guy at 35, top guy at 40. Still one of the top guys. He's a damn good fighter, bro. It's just all depending on what news clippings that you reading from him. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the best pure boxers out there. He got a lot of skill, a lot of talent. But a lot of that, erased the night you got in there with Ryan Garcia. So now people hold him in a much different light. But I don't. You know what I'm saying? I understand styles make fights, and you need a game plan, and he had a bad one. So he took a bad loss or a bad fight. It was a bad night for him. Yeah, he's one of the best in the sport for sure. Hands down, he is. He really is. I know people don't like it, but he one of the top guys at 40. Yeah, he one of the top guys at 140. He really is. One of the top guys. I ain't saying the absolute top guy, but he's hovering around amongst the top. He not no middle of the pack guy. You know what I'm saying? He just vacated his title. He literally was a titleist. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I seen the Ryan fight, yeah, but that don't determine his overall. That don't define his career, his overall career in the body of work just getting, touched up by Ryan. I mean, that shit could have happened. Speaking of that, real quick, before we talk about Keyshawn real quick, this sparring footage of Ryan and Devin popped up, man, and I've been seeing people been giving different takes on it, right? About this sparring footage that popped up. And again, it's sparring, but it's not about so much it leaking and it being sparring footage. It's the way it looked. And you got some people questioning, like, after seeing that sparring footage, they saying, look, it wasn't because he was PJ's big dog, what it do, my guy. It wasn't because he was on Osterine. They just felt like Ryan got Dev's number. I mean, Devin Haney is 25 scores, 27 prime, not hit yet. That's possible, man. But they there. They hovering around. He said, David Dev. Yeah, man. So this surfaced this little clip, and I just noticed Ryan was kind of getting off in spots. It looked very similar to how the fight played out. Like, look at it. Check this out.
Coach, is somebody fighting? Right. Come sleep. Nice. There you go. Get him. He's hurt. Get him. Headshot. Boom. Body. Crack that face. He lowers his hands. You crack it. There you go. Brick City, baby. Brick City. What's up? Brick City. No.
I don't know, y'all. Looked a little in spots. So it reminded me of the fight, man. And that's why I say, man, all that time that they spent together, those fights in the amateurs, the sparring that they got up until they fight, that shit mattered to a certain degree because they were familiar with each other. It wasn't like you stepping in there with a guy for the first time. It wasn't that. that mystique, you know, that you know, it just that wasn't present because they've been there before. They've seen each other before. This is why Ryan approached the fight with the level of comfortability I think he approached it with. And I remember asking the question before the fight. I asked the question to y'all. I said, I wonder the success that he had in one of those fights where he said he jumped on him early. I said, I wonder, would that be something or approach that he take now as pros, right? That had been a while since they've been in the ring with each other. I wonder would he approach it that way? And he did it. He really went out there and did it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was, I had that footage before though. I know I had that before. I was showing y'all. Yeah, Ryan had leaked that little footage out, man. But it's sparring. But like I said, for them, they had a fight now. So you see how that fight played out. You got a chance to see those little bursts in the sparring, right? Those little moments. He had them same type of moments in the fight where he'd get these little bursts and get it off. And then you'll see Dev probably get back on the stick, box him a little bit. Then he started getting caught, you know what I'm saying, and knocked down, and it started getting rough from there. But he had some good. Dev had good rounds in that fight. He fought to, what was it, a split decision or something like that. Majority. He ain't get washed. He took damage in them rounds where he was getting dropped and knocked around like that. It was looking bad, but kept fighting, man. But you know, like I said, it got people saying that, you know, it just wasn't the Osterine that did it for him, right? It's them having familiarity with each other and experience being in the ring. So that shit do matter to a certain degree. That's why you can't totally disregard sparring. It's not the end all be all, but it matters. It matters at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them boys. No, I don't think he should take an immediate rematch. If he does take that fight, he definitely need a fight in between, respectfully. If he takes any of those top tier challenges, I think it'll make sense to get a get back fight first. Not because he's soft, not because none of that. He just have questions that he need to answer. He need to make sure everything clicking and running on all cylinders. And I don't think that, you know, will make him any less of a fighter if that's a route that he chose. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, if he decided, you know, hey, look, man, I just need a little shake back fight real quick. I'm in full support of that because you took some real damage in that fight with Ryan. Like you say, he had an unfair advantage. He had some Osterine. There's nothing wrong with you getting a shake back fight to make sure, like, you know, everything's still operating at a high level, right? And that ain't nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. So we'll see what his approach is moving forward. But you heard Eddie Hearn. He shot it down. He said the Liam Parrow fight is probably not happening. And I don't know what Dev's next move is, but we'll see. You know what I mean? You see him not get tickets for the fight from Eddie. They had a little back and forth. I don't know what that's going to lead to, but, you know, so far, this Ryan situation, it initially, it was supposed to be something good, but it turned out to be all sour. It's like something that I know at some point he wished to put Wade behind him because it ain't been no good came out of him fighting Ryan Garcia. Nothing. From him juking the weight to you getting paid money, being blinded by that bag, to y'all saying y'all didn't get back in money, like all types of stuff. Like it's just been no good. Like, you know what I mean? Osterine, failed drug tests, swollen face, you getting dropped all over the place. It's looking crazy. Like, yeah, it's no good came out of you fighting Ryan Garcia. So part of me will understand that you don't want nothing to do with him, but let's see if the fighter in you at some point go try to get your lick back. That's where I'm at. If not, then it is what it is, but we'll see. KO was good with it, my guy. That matches as for all comers. That's funny. Shout out to Big Dre. You ain't never heard the news, bro. Tank Davis is ducking Devin Haney. Please don't tell me they doing it again, KO, bro. Not again, bro. Jesus, man. Yo, respectfully, man, those guys, like I said this before, can somebody point a time in Tank Davis' career where he's actually turned somebody down and ducked them? And the same for Devin Haney, you know what I mean? But I definitely like the fact that what people would even utter that right now, KO, is just being fans, right? Because if that's my favorite fighter, or if that's just somebody that I look at his family, my you know, after seeing what he went through with Ryan, there's no way I'm an advocate for wanting to see him go from that situation to a Tank Davis fight. Like, that's almost telling me you don't even really care about him and you being a super fan thinking he's Superman, because there's no way you go into a fight with that guy that he completely neutralized, dropped, made his nose bleed, punched his rib halfway out his back. Then I hate to do triangle theories, but you see the way they both handle that situation. So you telling me after a rough fight with him, doing some things terribly wrong in the fight, you telling me the next step is, yeah, let's just go jump in there with Tank Davis. That makes sense. Yeah, that's only if you're trying to go, you ready to go meet him. As you're gonna go take fights off your career playing like that. That just career-wise would be dumb. Like back-to-back moves, and that's much respect to Devin Haney. Like, he's a hell of a fighter, but I think he deserves the opportunity to get a fight where he can show himself and the people that, yeah, he bounce back, shake some rust off, get the gears rolling again. Ain't nothing wrong with that shit, man. But jumping right back in the deep end, just trying to prove to people that you like that or you tough, that shit gonna get you hurt. Especially this ain't no video game. Hell nah. Like, you don't go from that situation and yeah, I'm gonna fight Tank next. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna show everybody. Like, hell nah. Big Keith, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate the 5-piece for being consistently solid, my boy, man. That's love. Appreciate you, bro. Gots to, man. Gots to remain solid for the family. Appreciate you.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to Big Keith, man. Oh yeah, we talked about the tickets and something like that. He told him his fighters is a priority, and he asked him 6 o'clock in the morning and something like that. I seen another little thing where they was talking, but it ain't had no audio on it. Solid boxer was real. He ain't the face of boxing. Nah. He ain't gonna be that. Look, those just wasn't in the cards for him. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Impride for him to be the face, but he can be, I think, sold as one of the best or better pure boxers in all of the sport, right? It's things, very accomplished, young, you know what I mean? Smart guy. There's a story to be told with Devin Haney that people will be able to digest and process just fine and appreciate and support. But it's all up to them and how they want that story to be told, right? You know what I mean? For better or for worse, but it's up to them. They got a way to tell their story, and it's some things about him and his career, like I said, and Bill as a whole, that they can focus on and sell to the people that we could get behind. You know what I mean? Starting with like the thing, turn your path, the path that you took, into, a real story, because it is one. It's very different, and I think it's a lot of game that people could pick up for the way that he moved his son initially, right? It's a story to be sold and told with him, but it's all up to them, man. It really is. And do Justin with Eddie that needs a tune-up first. Yeah, he do. Shout out to Big Keith. He need a tune-up, bro, for sure. And ain't nothing wrong with that. That don't make you soft. It don't make you less than. You went through a tough ass fight, bro. You was getting punched around the ring. Your joint was all swollen. You got dropped a number of times. You got dropped 3 official times, but you was on the canvas about 5 or more times. So it was a tough fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? You fresh off somebody had an unfair advantage, you said, right? You had an extra boost, right? Yeah, you owe it to yourself. Get that shake back fight and then go on your ass whooping tour. You see Caleb Plant, he running around with he going on a redemption tour. He just kicking ass. Do the same thing. He got stopped by Canelo and bounced back. So do the same thing. Go on your redemption tour. I'm rocking with him. Sports Predictions, what up, fam? I mean, I'm rocking with him. I want to see him bounce back, but be realistic, though. Now, I mean, look, the tougher the challenge, the more I'm going to respect it. But I also respect you being real to yourself, being smart as you've always been, taking a challenge that makes sense. You ain't got to jump right back into the deep end. But I thought they was on to something when they said, a top 15 opponent. That made sense. Jump in there with somebody around the top 15 and then get back to it, bro. Down what it do, my guy. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world for that young man. He just gotta make the right moves bouncing back. But his fan base gotta chill. They already pushing that Tank Duck. Don't do it. Don't do that. You don't need that, bro. I'm telling you. Y'all should be selling that. Yo, he fresh all bouncing back after getting cheated from one of the biggest cheaters in the sport, and Ryan Garcia, one of the most unstable guys and y'all guy gonna bounce back. How is he gonna do that? You're not gonna do that if y'all pegging other guys out to be as ducks. That's not gonna work. That's that same old song and dance. People are tired of that. That shit has been overplayed. That hand has been overplayed. Nobody wants to hear it no more. Sell that dude as being one of the best and sell him as a guy that's really gonna bounce back and take a stronghold at 140. It looked like nobody else want to take 140 by the you know what I mean? You know what I mean? By the horns. Let him be the guy. As long as he at 140, tell the people he coming back to dominate. Like it's a way to go about that, but not the duck road. I'm telling you, you're gonna lose more people that way. I'm telling you, I think it's a lot of people tired of that because it's not real. Nobody is ducking. That shit is plain. It's corny, man. Some of y'all know damn well y'all teams don't be having no plans of fighting each other. Doing that shit. Devin going to be smart. Fight a tuna, I usually take name. Damn, he don't gotta do it though. Book it. I hope so. I hope not. Truth teller was good. I hope he don't. He ain't gotta do it. Claymore Rain, what it do, my guy? Yeah, he's getting abused, man. I'm telling you, let's push these great fights, man. Look, you know, realistically, that's not the fight to take coming off a Ryan Garcia situation. If you just being all real, if you really like that fighter, if you really support him, you don't want to see him take that type of fight after getting, dragged through the mud with Ryan. You want to see him bounce back. You want to see him shake some of the ring rust off, get the kinks back. You know what I mean? Get the blood back flowing, get the joints back going, and then get back to it, right? That's what I want to see for him anyway. I hope that's the approach he take because I think he'll be better off that way. Now, I just don't feel like it is, if you look at it, right when he gets time to try to unify, you see what happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's not calling somebody out is one thing, but actually ducking people is something different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I told y'all it's deeper than ducking, and this dude ain't known for turning down no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, he might not be calling for guys in specific, but he's taking advantage of every opportunity that his team is put in front of him. You can hate it, love it, but that's just the fact of the matter. And they select somebody and he go knock their head off. He go knock them off. That's just what he's supposed to do. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, we be putting it on the fighters, and that's not their job to go out there and hunt for opponents. It's not. That's what they got their team for, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, people be having plans and they follow their plans. That dude, he ain't no duck. Devin Haney ain't no duck. Now, a bit of a cloud chaser, I understand why people will say that, but he ain't no duck. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's bringing up the name. Yeah, I hate the word cloud chasing too, but I would go with that before I would call that man a duck. I mean, like the enemy, right? Claymore just what Canelo dropped the belts. Yeah, man. So shout out to Tank. But like I said, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, sub to the channel if you haven't. When it's all said and done, man, I think it's been difficult for him to get this specific fight because the rug got pulled up from under them. Team Tank got the rug pulled up under him when Loma decided to say, nah, I ain't fighting. Like I said, man, they've been what it's been since. So like when it's all said and done, if Lamont Roach, I believe from out of that DC area, if that's who said yes, especially if you are of the belief the reason why we got here is because everybody else saying no, you got to appreciate a guy like Lamont Roach that people already are counting out. And again, listen, I ain't trying to say this is a Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua situation at all. But we just seen a thing or two about people counting a guy out, right? What was he, 18-1 underdog? Now you see how that played out. Now I'm not saying Lamont Roach and Tank will play out that way, but I'm just saying I don't have reasons to take fights off the table. You get what I'm saying? If that's who said yes, if that's who's willing to get in there and go dare to be great and try to knock Tank off and go get them some money, I ain't mad. Roach gonna come to fight. Show me a fight where he didn't. That's where I'll be at with it. I'm not here to complain. If Roach was a bad fighter, then I'll be whining. If he was some trash, I'll be whining. If he was some subpar fighter or just like okay, nah, he's a damn good fighter, bro. I don't know what we be talking about. He can fight his ass off. Dude can scrap, and he got better since the loss he had. I like Lamont Roach. He's a good fighter, and I respect him more. If you are the guy that stepped in there and said, yeah, Tank, I'm fighting you. This is who was available. This was who said yes. Salute him, and that's it. I ain't never seen him go in the fight and just lay down. They got a common opponent for what it's worth. Like, they both beat up Hector Garcia. Tank did it first, of course, but Roach did his thing, man. He beat Hector up pretty good. Boxing lesson, beat him up convincingly. So, look, man, he stepped to the plate, man. Go get it. Let's see it, man. I'm just not crying over no boxing no more, man. It is what it is. I never cry over boxing, but it's all about context. Y'all know what it is. Loma said, I'm on chill for a second. All right, next man up. Big Dog Willie, appreciate you in the super chat. Bill Haney said he turned down being a Navy SEAL, CIA operative, and MI6 agent to help his community in Oakland, build houses for homeless. Big Dog.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, facts, Mr. Improv. That's a cherry picker. Roach coming to fight. You know what I'm saying, Dante? Coming to fight, bro. Coming to fight. The thing with Ryan is he another one. I believe he'll fight people, but I believe he do more talking than anything else. You dig me? He do a lot of talking, bro. A lot. I'm gonna say just let them say what they want. Time will come, and Tank Ward and Duck Bill hop in the ring, they favorite fighters, and then we will see the real. You know it, man. You know it. You know it. Shout out to Big Dog Willie, man. We always gonna get the right. We always gonna have the right build over here, man. We ain't out here tearing these dudes down. Tank fight Lamont Roach because champions at 135, 140 said no to fighting Tank. Something Tank haters won't tell you. I mean, yeah, and I talked a little bit about that in terms of what we know. Like, you know, I seen a little reaction from the Ryo situation, and I understand it completely on both ends. Tank at 135, so the offers that he make for people to fight him are more than likely going to be 135-pound offers. That's the start there, because I'm a logical guy, right? So I'm hearing about a 135 offer. Heard something about some rehydration calls. I'm not even about to get into that. At the end of the day, if he's a lightweight, that's 135 pounds. Offers that he's going to make is going to consist of 135 pounds, you would think. That's starting there. That's because that's where he fight. That has nothing to do with trying to drain a guy, down to a weight and none of that. And at the end of the day, Ryo do have some experience down there at that weight class. He's fought there before. He ain't fully established. Some would say, yeah, that 140. So he only had the one fight there. You were just down there. So it's not out the realm of possibility for you to make a fight down there. It's a matter of if you want to make that sacrifice right now with your current position being a current champion at 140. If you don't want to do it, I could understand it. Maybe, all right, you grew out the weight class, you ain't going back down. Cool, you're going to try to stand at, sit at 140 and try to do your thing there, chase some titles or whatever have you. That's fine. That's completely cool. You know what I'm saying? But I just hate the narratives that go with it. I'm tired of hearing he trying to shrink this one down and drain this one. He got to bring this one up. Either way, people are complaining. And it's like, just come to the conclusion, if these fighters are not doing what you say they should do, it's going to be people complaining. He going to do what's best for him and his team. He said it long before. He's a lightweight. He's a 135-pounder. If you're going to fight him, you better believe an offer is going to be at 135 pounds. That's not no damn mystery. That's not rocket science. It's simple. Simple logic is easy to understand. That's where he campaigned at. That's where he's been at. That's where his offers are going to come from. Anything less will be a bit of a surprise. So I killed this whole notion that he's trying to drag Ryo back down to a weight class to do this and that. At this point, they just trying to see who they can get in the ring that makes sense. That's a good fight. You know what I mean? And I said this before. The difficulty is that the guys that are remaining is either somebody, it seemed like that's at 140 that will have to come down and concede making the weight, or somebody that's lower and gonna have to come up. But either way, he gotta continue his career. He gotta find somebody, and gotta find something that makes sense. And I think that's what they're gonna do. So no, I don't think it's gonna be Ryo. I don't think they offer no BS deal because they, essentially offered him something at 135. That's where he fights at. So, and again, Ryo was just at that weight class, so it's not crazy to think that he can make that weight for that type of opportunity. That's all I'm saying. But at the same token, if being a champion at 140 is what he's interested in, and that's what he want to continue to pursue, guys at 140, I can understand that too. So we'll see. But they did say they didn't. They just said no because he wasn't fighting for the rest of the year for the most part. So who knows? You know, who knows what'll happen from here? We're gonna see though. Stretched out boxing, what it do, my guy? People can call him Tank Weight Bully. Fight Roach at 135. I'll call him for Tank to fight Ryo. Haney T at 140. Bully 2, or is that different? Right. That's why I say that weight bully stuff is weird, man. It's just about accepting the challenge. Either you want to accept the challenge or not. He ain't weight bullying people by not allowing them to blow up 3 weight classes above the weigh-in limit. That's just being smart. And if y'all don't think it's smart, then why did Devin Haney say they missed some things when it came to Ryan? And you see people suggested that maybe they should have had some clauses in there, and he kind of agreed to that. So although people initially are against those clauses, they're in place for a reason. And had you had them in place for Ryan Garcia, probably would have had a different outcome in that fight. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lesson learned. Seemed like Tank a little bit smarter than what people give him credit for. And what it do, man? He said it should be a doula. Jump 2 weight classes at 140. People complain when he brings someone to his weight class. And he always undersized, stretched out boxing. You get what I'm saying? So I don't see why it'd be such a big deal. GQ says, so Tank tried to fight Devin outside the ring at whatever weight. Devin in, but inside the ring, you want to clause. That's pump faking. Nah, he never tried to fight him outside the ring unless I missed it because I don't know where they was at when they tried to fight. But I mean, Allen was good with it. I think he'll fight him inside the ring. He made it clear. Keller was good, my guy. Said Roach will probably be bigger than Tank on fight night, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Then more than likely he will, and I'm more than likely he will. More than likely he will. That's the thing. So it's not the end of the world. And Roach said he'll be filled out, feel like he'll be stronger and things like that at a higher weight. So it wouldn't be the end of the world if he had to come up weight class to get that smoke. The fact of the matter is, y'all know, I know how y'all know how I know. Tank dangerous. And it's only a select few names that you truly want to see him matched up against that you feel like is going to challenge him. Lamont Roach might not fit that bill or be on that initial list, but he is a real fighter at the end of the day. He's a current champion in the weight class that he's in, and he can scrap. It's straight like that. He ain't got no hole in him, and he'll be coming to win. You know what I'm saying? Now, will he win? That's another question. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. He will be a guy that has said yes, and that's all we can ask for. Get the guys that's getting in there. I ain't stuck over the guys that ain't fighting. What could we do? But we could appreciate the ones that is getting in there and saying, yeah, I'll fight him. I keep the same energy. Same thing when it was Shakur. Oh, you in there with De Los Santos? Cool. I respect it because he the guy that said, yeah, salute to him. Give us the fight. Same thing with Lamont Roach. If that's it, he said yes, give us the fight. Long as I know their plans was Lomachenko and it wasn't him running around saying no to fighters, I'm cool. Irvin Mack, my guy, what it do, man? You say you would put a call on Devin, show us. They've been saying Tank names since he got. It's the real question. Ha ha. The world may never know. Yeah, the world may never know. So Tank these names might be think Devin a weight, but not trying to fight him. The thing is, though, man, the names as fighters, their names are always going to be in each other's mouths. You know what I mean? Respectfully, especially the way that they've used and abused Tank's name in the past. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, it's just something that come with the sport because they're top guys, respectfully, and it's a fight that people gonna always want to see if they in or around the somewhat of the same weight class. If it's a one weight class separating them, I think their names are always gonna come up, and it's all good. It's just a little banter between the camps. As long as it stay boxing, I'm cool. When it go left, I ignore it, and it's like whatever. But they gonna always talk their shit, man. They two real fighters, man, and that'll always be a good fight. If it ever happens, I don't know, but I would love to see. I'll pay for it. They got my money. You know what I mean? Does Dean Barencha have an opponent yet? I'm not sure. I heard he was gonna fight the Chamberlain kid, but he just lost, so I'm not sure what's up with him. Shout out to Irvin Mack, man. Sensative. They be ready to twy, Cal. They be ready to twy. But shout out to my guy Keyshawn, man. I got to run this clip with my guy Keyshawn, man. He been on one. He been calling out the Vargas brothers. He did a little sit down with Bruce Carrington, man. Speaking of Haney, man, he feels like he beats Haney relatively easy, man. Fingers crossed out the way. Yeah, we need that fight in 2025 for sure, BJ. If it goes past that, then I start getting more worried, right? If it's go past 2025 without saying it, I start getting more worried for real. No, I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm panicking, but I'm gonna be more worried, you know? Be definitely more worried. But shout out to Keyshawn, man. Let me roll the clip, man. Let me roll.
And Devin Haney will be it'll be an easy fight for me, bro. Like super easy, bro. Like, and I know I would stop Devin Haney. I've been saying this, bro, before the Ryan fight, bro. He just don't got nothing for me. He got nothing for me. Like, you don't got no power. You got nothing for me to worry about. Like, what are you gonna do to stop me?
Got you.
And what I got coming with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he don't got nothing to even stop me. His defense is not that good. I feel like I got better defense than him. I know he fought better opponents than me, so you know what I'm saying? So I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just feel like I got better defense than him.
His resume tough.
Nah, it is.
His resume tough.
But you gotta realize he fought a lot of guys that was smaller than him too, bro. A lot of these guys were smaller than him, and he was saying it in the weigh-ins, you're too small. You know what I mean? So he knew what he was doing, bro. You know what I mean? So everybody got that process of getting there.
Gotcha.
So I'm not knocking what he's doing.
Gotcha.
But his guys was just smarter than him, bro, and it was easy for him to get out of the way of. When you taller than somebody more rangy, it's easy for you to get out the process of getting there.
Man, talk ish, Key. You know you done made some enemies with that. And look, man, ain't nothing wrong with him feeling that way. As a fighter, he's supposed to feel that way. He could talk his talk. Look, the fact that he talking about fighting Devin Haney is good in and of itself. The fact that you'll be wanting to fight him says that he is good because you ain't out here just actively seeking out bums. But what you do feel is that he's just not better than you. And that's cool. You're supposed to feel like that. But let's be real, man. That fight would be entertaining if it ever did happen. I ain't going to lie to you. I would like to fight stylistically, style matchup-wise. That'd be a good fight for both of them, man. Top man will put his plans for Keyshawn to get Baranchi belt to Tank. And WBL supposed to go to Keyshawn. You know how I go. Like Key, but Haney got that jab, boy. Keyshawn needs to be at 140. I think in due time. He'll be in 140. Look like he carry a bit of muscle. He look like he'll be up there before long. You know what I mean? Probably a little bit, but I doubt if he's be a career 35-pounder. You said these discredited champ. Nah, they just be talking they little trash. It's all good. I expect people to feel like that after the Ryan fight B3. Yeah, now everybody magnifying his defense, but if his defense was bad, it would have been getting picked apart. I ain't saying it's the greatest ever, but he got good defense. That kid is talented, man. He talented, man. Young Dave is talented, y'all. He is. Got Keyshawn. Be a damn good fight, Devin and Devin. That's a good one, Kyle. And looking to make a comeback tour. Be on the lookout. Tour days of the chat there. You a fool. She's thinking the entire time, like 5'8", 72-inch reach, and I drain myself to make 126. What you trying to say, Keyshawn? You know what I mean? Yeah, shoot you over there thinking, man. Key got more tools for real. Yeah, nah, I do. I like the way he go through the gears for real. All jokes aside, I like what he said. Look, it's not about Haney because I'm never here to discredit the fighters. He can talk how he talk. He can feel how he feel. I still feel like Haney is a top fighter. He won't be no easy fight for nobody, respectfully. Whether you're going to have to beat him, you're going to have to do what Ryan did or something to that effect, right? You're going to have to beat him, right? It ain't going to be easy. You're going to have to go get yours, respectfully. So, I like that matchup. If it could happen in the future, who knows? But I wouldn't be against seeing Keyshawn face off against Devin Haney. I think it'd be a good style matchup, man. But I like the way Keyshawn approaches fights. I like the way he go through the gears. Like the way he pick his punches and take his time, and he patient but not overly patient, right? And he take chances. He gritty in there. He got a little mean streak. He be wanting to hurt you. I like the way he approaches his fights, bro. Keyshawn is the goods to me. You know what I'm saying? Candy Slim, my guy. What's good with it, family? How you feeling? Wouldn't he be a step back for Haney? Yeah, early right now, yeah, because he just haven't, And you notice, Candy Slim, he's just saying how he feel about a fight with him, but he did acknowledge his resume. Notice, that's the thing. He did critique him, but he acknowledged his resume, gave him credit for his resume. You know what I'm saying? They let him know he fought better opponents. He said it flat out. He fought better opponents. Like, and that's just real. Just call it what it is. So he can feel how he feel as a fighter about, you know, his skills, and that's cool. But I still feel like Haney is a top guy, and why else would he be talking about him, you know? Because he know it'd be a good challenge. Regardless if he think he'll beat him or not, it'd still be a good challenge for him and a good name to put on his resume if he could beat him, if he can get the fight and beat him. You know what I mean? So I like Keyshawn. He's talented. I like the I like the direction he headed. I like the way his performance has been looking. I like the chemistry with him and Bomac. That's dope. I like what they got going on. So again, anytime you keep this in mind, it might come off as just being negative, but he did say some things where he had to give him his credit at the end of the day. And anytime that you are a top guy, other fighters coming up are going to speak on you. They're going to talk about fighting you. They're going to feel like they can beat you. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? He kept it, as long as he kept it boxing. He ain't make it too personal. He just talked a little bit of shit, but he gave him credit for his resume and fighting better opponents. And you just got to give him credit for that. So he wasn't just trying to trash him. You know what I'm saying? Sean's a top talent. Yeah, he's a damn good fighter. He is, man. B3 say clout chasing. I don't think he clout chasing, man, because I think he's always been adamant that he'll beat Haney, though. That wasn't the first time he said it, but I do like hearing him say it because, you know, Keyshawn been on one lately, man. I like him. I like his energy, bro. Keyshawn don't bite his tongue. He speak his mind, and he get in there and actually fight, bro. He get in there and bring the smoke. He actually get in there and bring the smoke, and it's fun watching him, man. Don't do my bow key like that. He needs to see himself as a prospect or a top guy. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? He out that Bomac school. He growing every fight. Yeah, I like his you know, his growth, like his development. I like it. He just going through, you know what I mean? Brick by brick. I like it. Blink twice and it's just doing it. Make you Hey, KO. She on me. She like, boy, she breathing over me like, what? He's showing what? Nah, that's my guy, though. I got to see him fight, I want to say like 2-3 times live. I like what I see, yo. I like what I seen both times. I like it. Like the performances I seen from him, man. He get the job done, bro. And he could get mean in there. He can box, but he like to fight too. And he do a good job at like mixing it up. So I like it. I like it. I love Bomac energy towards Keyshawn. Like he be happy. He happy to be a coach of Keyshawn, bro. That's why I say, man, if I was boxing and I had a coach, bro, and he ain't celebrating how Bomac do, with Keyshawn, get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta put some respect on my guy, man. Hold on, man. Let me roll the clip, man. Y'all gotta put some respect on my guy Key and Bomac, man. The dynamic duo, man. The dynamic duo is like that, bro. Y'all acting crazy. Look at y'all going to work. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to work. Put some respect on them, plumbing and more. Of course, not a challenge for 10. It's not good enough no matter how you slice it or dice it. That if that was the case, they probably would have been fought them already, plumbing and more. They probably would have fought them already. And the thing is, I'm so real. I don't care what nobody's opinion is, no matter how different it is from mine. It's all good. It's all love. It's just boxing. It's getting to a point where the fans of him are saying how he don't got no 50-50 fights. So it's like at some point, and then you wonder why people keep asking him to go to 140, because people keep saying how nobody's a challenge for him and nobody's going to be able to do this against them. And it's like, so why be in a division where there's no competition that essentially based on what some of the fans are echoing? You get what I'm saying? So if that's the route we're taking, that he has no 50-50 fights, he has no challenges at 135. It's like, you're just wasting your time there. Should be no need for, nobody should be mad that Shakur ain't fighting him. All this Shakur ducking him stuff, right? It shouldn't even matter because he ain't going to challenge him anyway. He's no challenge for him. There's no need to make the fight. That's essentially what you're saying. So Gotta think about that, man. You kind of kill the fights before they even get there because we making these guys out to be unbeatable and Superman. And we don't want to see him take the challenges. You know what I'm saying? We want to see all these dudes fight him. He can beat anybody he get in the ring, but I believe that about both guys. I really do. So you still got to see it, you know. Big Dog Willie, my guy, back in the super chat. Much love, family. Said Bill Haney said that he would have been a Hall of Fame hockey player, but he decided to train in ninjutsu in a dojo with monks on the top of Mount Everest. Facts, man. Damn, that's wicked, man. That's wicked, Big Dog. Shout
And
out
we
to
ain't
you,
never got to
bro.
box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Shout out to my brother, Big Dog. Really appreciate that support, fam. Motown, my God. Yep, 757. Then trash Devin. Yeah, he's good. Upset by Limos. He gonna beat Limos up, yeah. He gonna beat him. I think he'll beat him a little more convincingly than Hitchens. And I'm not trying to triangle theory here. I'm just saying I think because of the elements, the layers that he has to his game, be a little more versatile. His ability to be fighting the inside, control pace, be physical, mix it up in the inside. Get what I'm saying? His catch and shoot game, man, is nice. Good body work. I think he's gonna make this a little more convincing than Hitchens did. I do. I think this is gonna be a good showing for him too. But I gotta get past Liam first. Keyshawn, slow down. He ain't even fighting Liam no more. That's the crazy part. Pulley are two guys that may be a real challenge for Tank. Well, there you go. 140 it is then, Plummet. You know what I'm saying? 140 it is then, bro. 140 it is. I agree. Key should be calling for all the smoke. He also looked better since he stopped smoking that za. You get what I'm saying? He focused, man. Bo Mac got him right. Candy Slim. Bo Mac got him right, my guy. He got him right. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, bro? He got him right. Limo's coming down to 35. Is he? I mean, yeah, well, shit. I think so. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think it'll be an issue. I think you got some guys that campaign sometimes in between more than one weight class. Some guys just do that shit, and he gonna be one of them. Bill Haney's the most honest man in boxing. He will fool all his smoke for tank opponents. Meanwhile, Canelo fighting Berlanga and Riders. I'm telling you, I'm trying to and actually picking them. That's the thing. You know, I don't think Tank is picking no inferior opponents. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think people are seeing it the way they're supposed to see it with him. Yeah, I know who I want to see, but he fighting. He going after them guys, man. He just got to keep going in the direction he going, and he's straight. Tony, what up with it, man? Keyshawn making everyone come down. Nah, Keyshawn handling business, man. Keyshawn handling business. You did. Don't do my guy like that. You know what I mean? He putting them good wins in the bank, doing what he supposed to do, looking good doing it. You know what I mean? Improving with each fight, I think. I think he looked better and better with Bomac. I like how they cooking over there. I like it anyway. I personally like what they got going over there. Think he fighting good opponents. I think he putting good names under his resume. Shit, 11 fights in, 7 KOs. I like it. Fighting Limos right now. Gustavo, who's 29-1. And that's the controversial loss they say over Hitchens. Some people feel like he beat Hitchens. 29-1, 19 KOs. You feel me? You diggeries. He had fights at 35 too, by the way. At first, fights at 35. Several, in fact. Yeah, he had a bunch of fights at 135. For sure. I knew I wasn't tripping. Yeah, so he ain't like, it ain't gonna be no new territory for him. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no new territory for him. Ain't gonna be something he ain't used to. He done it in the past. Fought heavier, fought lighter. Some people just bounce up and down like that. Like how they did Pedraza. I mean, I don't know. I just think that the test, they serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Pedraza served his purpose. He was a test to see what Keyshawn would do with him, right? And we seen what he did. So I don't feel like what I'm saying. For me, I think his opponent selection is right on par with what they doing with him. He developing fine. You know what I'm saying? I think they picking and choosing the right guys for him. You know what I'm saying? I do personally. So I like it. I like it so far. I like it so far, man. The Lemos fight is good. Experienced guy. You gotta think 29-1. Fresh he got more, he got multiple fights at 35. I didn't count them all, but he got a bunch of them there. He's been there. He you know his way around the ring. Got a 30-fight veteran. Shit, Keyshawn, that'll be his 12th fight as a pro. So, and then he coming off a highly disputed or highly contested, however you want to look at it, loss over Hitchens, where people felt like he beat Hitchens. So, I like the fight. I don't put too much into the weight because he's been there before. You know what I mean? Multiple times. So I think he'll be all right. I don't think that'll be an issue in the fight, right? But it'll come down to the skill and the better man. You know what I'm saying? So I anticipate him, because you got guys like Marquise Taylor that be willing to fight from 60 to 68 or 50. I think he might have said 54 to 68, something like that. So you got certain guys that's willing to do it, to take challenges and stuff like that. So I think it's a good fight, though. I think Lemos is a good scrap for a guy that's gonna have 12 fights coming into the fight with 11 fights in. So I like it. It's just all depending on how he get the business done. So I think he'll make it a little more clean. Damn. It really is saying, damn, they saying Tank ducking, yo, is crazy, yo. What is wrong? How? What did he do? The duck, like, how could you duck somebody that's not even in a position to fight you? It's crazy. Wow. Really, like competition 147. Keyshawn is fighting Lemos next at 140. Yeah, 140 pounder. I keep draining guys. I don't think he's draining them. It's a dude. And I don't know why. Why do y'all look at it as the fighters doing it? How is Keyshawn doing it? It's an opponent. You know the dudes sign on to the fight. You know these dudes sign on to the fights. Y'all know Lemos fought several fights at 135. Y'all know this, right? I don't see what the big issue is. I really don't. I think you're just looking for something to complain about. Yeah, I really do. This shit been going on in boxing too long for me to keep pointing out, like, we about to really complain. You really doing that? I don't see it as Keyshawn draining opponents, bro. We looking at it wrong. How is he doing it? These fighters are signing on to these fights. Y'all do know this. The fighters are signing on. Nobody putting a gun to their head. Nobody said, Lemos, you got to fight Keyshawn at 130. Nobody said this. These dudes take these fights. I don't see how we keep looking at it that way. What's the indictment? He's not going to be able to perform. What's the problem with him fighting at 35? I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. I see it all the time. I see this shit all the time. I just seen Kurt Scooby fight at 140, lost, then went down to 135 and won with no problem. I don't see what the issue. I don't get it. I don't. He's a good fighter. I don't think he's gonna be at no weight disadvantage. We gotta wait and see. If he look cooked at the weight, then we could complain. But shit, we could do that in a lot of fights, and I ain't even about to get into it. But I don't know. Unless he look like some type of skeleton on the scale, I'm not about to like over-examine the fact that he coming down to 135. I don't think nothing wrong with that. He has several fights there. Several fights. He'd be all right. He be all right. You did. He be all right. He's a damn good fighter. Shit. How tall is he? Five. Yeah, he ain't 5'5.5". Yo, you got people. It's crazy. It's a problem with him doing it, but people say Tank could be making 130. He go back down to 130. Won't nobody have an issue with that? Especially when you 5'5.5". He little as hell. Yeah, he little as hell. He fighting at a weight class where he probably shouldn't even be at. You know what I mean? So listen, I ain't tripping on that. That's not Keyshawn doing it. He's the fighter. He has nothing to do with the guys' weights and what they come in weighing. He just doing what he's supposed to be doing. I think it's a good fight. I don't have no reason to be mad at it. Me personally, I feel y'all, but I don't think nothing wrong with it. Tell Devin to come back. I don't think that's the same situation. And Devin longer, taller, longer arms, bigger frame, much bigger than a 5'5" Lemos. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, we'll see. We'll see, man. I ain't about to take it from him. The same way I'm not complaining about Lamont Roach if he come up to 135. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. in no way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Does it too. I'm from B-more and biased. If I used to go up and down weight classes for fights, yeah, they just, it's just part of boxing, bro. It is. It's part of boxing. Now look, I'll deal with it when it. That's like a bridge I'll cross when they get there, right? If we see him and he look compromised, obviously on the scale, then it's something to highlight going into the fight. You just got to call it out. But I don't think that's naturally going to be the case going into it. That's just me. Lance, what it do, fam? How you feeling? I don't know. I got to see. You know what I mean? I got to see. You know what I mean? You're a little dude, Keller. I get it, but you're a little dude. You're a little dude. I mean, it's just another good test for Keyshawn. Guy with 30 fights. That's how I look at it. Guy with 30 fights that's fought at 35 several times, 5'5", he little as hell. It's a challenge. It's worth the challenge. To beat Keyshawn, that shit is up for him, man. That'd be a great win for him. Beat the young guy on the way up. You know what I'm saying? So, I gotta say, I don't think it's a bad fight, though, yeah. I don't think it's a bad fight. It's a good one. Tank a good little fighter, 2-division champion, 30 years old. Y'all crazy. Tank a problem, man. He a problem. I'm telling you, he a risk to people's investment. I ain't gonna lie to you. They know it. They know it. Cause getting smoked, boy, it could be bad. Pedraza's like 5'10". Imagine Pedraza had more trouble. Plus Lemos is only 28. Yeah, Pedraza got his ass beat pretty good by Keyshawn. I like that performance as well. It was nice, clean. I think Lemos should be a good fight, good test for him. Short guy. Let's see how he handled it. You know, he gave Hitchens a good fight. I don't got no reason to think he can't put up a good fight, but I think Keyshawn just do a little more in the inside and from a physical standpoint. So I think he'll be all right. Just gotta prepare for a shorter guy, I believe. How tall is Keyshawn? No, he ain't no damn 5'5", that for sure. Yeah, Lemos at 5'5.5". That's tank height. That dude's a little man, little ass guy. Let's me see, man. Let's me see. Keyshawn, they got at 5'9". Yeah, you better prepare for that little guy. Watch out for his head. I can see that now already. Lemos said he was moving down to 135 anyway after fighting Africa. There you go. There you go. Shout out to BJ33. I ain't catch it. Shout out to Big Supreme was good with it. Said, how come nobody said Lomachenko had the Reggie belt? Because it just depended on who they hate at the time, man. Tim Layton, my guy, was good with it, man. How you feeling? Yeah, nah, if they got Keyshawn at 5'9", he ain't 5'11". Shit, he ain't that tall. Yeah. Maybe his wingspan. Nah. Yeah, nah, his wing is he got 70-inch reach. 70-inch reach, he 5'9", 70-inch reach. But that is something to prepare for. That's something that, Lemos bring pressure and he's a smaller guy. So he like to try to be in your chest. Gotta watch out for headbutts or watching out for that dude leading with his head and shit like that. So I think he'll be all right. It's a matter of preparation, but he got a trainer like Bomac. Bomac, I think, prepare for that. You know what I'm saying? I think Keyshawn taller than 5'9". I don't. I mean, seeing him in person, I don't. He don't look taller than 5'9" to me. And, a lot of them dudes, TV be making them dudes look bigger. Shit, he'd be arguing. I'm surprised he wasn't listed as shorter than that. But then again, not really, because his brother's tall as hell. The two brothers, Kelvin and Keon, they tall, so. But they got him listed at 5'9". But I ain't seeing him live and walking past. He didn't look like he, taller than 5'9" to me. Just looking at him, but I could be wrong. I doubt it. He don't look like no super tall guy at all. Matter of fact, look at him standing next to Shakur. There you go, right there, because Shakur like 5'7", and he's not that much taller than him. So nah, he definitely ain't no 5'11". That's too close to 6 foot for me. Trouser might be Hitchens. Hell nah. Hell nah. I tell you, he had better days. Hitchens and Lemos, that was a style thing to me. Hitchens usually like to box from the outside, be clean. Lemos was forcing him to fight, had to be physical, fight him off, fight on the inside a little more than he typically likes to operate. And that's why you seen that fight play out that way. I think with Keyshawn, he's more physical naturally anyway. He's more willing to engage, take chances, and fight you on the inside. So I think that fight going to look different. But it's still going to be a challenge in and of itself fighting that smaller dude. You know what I mean? So let's see. He said 5'10". Is he? Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. They got him listed at 5'9", but he don't look tall to me. He don't look tall. And maybe I seen him stand next to Shakur. He definitely don't look that tall. You know what I mean? But what do I know, man? Hitchens hurt Lemos a lot in that fight. Yeah, he was putting some work on Lemos, man. He was. I just thought he handled the pressure pretty well, given that that's not typically his style and the way he fights. So I thought he did well in the moments. You know what I mean? Lemos a good fighter. He's undefeated, 29-0. He got more experience. He could fight, man. Lemos could scrap. Boots more like 5'11". Yeah, Linky. Boots linky too. Boots got some, you know what I mean? Long arms. He got some height to him. Yeah, he got clipped a little bit in there. But that's a fight. That's what you want to see, man. Anytime you got a guy bringing the pressure like that, it's gonna happen. I mean, I like Keyshawn though, man. I think he been doing well with his opponents, bro. So just want to see him keep building. November 8th should be a good card. You know what I mean? Got beat Norman on there. I have a few guys on that card. It should be a good turnout, man. It's a good one. I mean, leading with his head, yeah, because you ain't supposed to. You know what I'm saying? But I could understand, moments where their heads is kind of like, in their chest. Now, that's different. But leading with your head, yeah, I blame him for leading with your head. You ain't supposed to do that. Definitely ain't supposed to do that. Boost big for 40, 47. Yeah, he is. I mean, frame-wise anyway. I think his discipline allows him to be there. Tank come out and say, I'm going to be a career 135-pounder and kill all the noise. I mean, to some degree, I mean, he been telling people that that's where he at, and they still don't get it. So it's like when he send offers, think about it. Look how they react, Remo, when he send offers to people at 135, they like he doing something wrong. That's the crazy part. I've never seen anything like that. Like, what do you expect? Like, he going to send an offer in a weight class they don't campaign or compete in? It just don't even make sense to me. But I wouldn't mind. I would like if he did that, to be honest, because then it'll let people have to shut up about it. You know what I mean? But I think one of those, I don't think he'll ever do that. I think he'll probably always leave that option a bit open. I think he'll probably always leave it a bit open. You know what I mean? Depending on the opportunity, maybe he'd be willing to go up there again. I'm going to retire 175. Fate was good with it, man. Moses on the Boots card for his debut. Oh, you talking about, yeah. Zach Quinn. Yeah. Shout out to Boots, man. This is the Boots card, by the way. You got Boots fighting Karen. You got Bam and Guevara. You got Raymond Ford on this card. Khalil Coe. You got Ish on this card. You got Zaquin Moses. That's Corey Peoples. Ammo Webbs. You got Tito Mercado. Man, this is a good card. I like this for Boots, man. The opponent might not be crazy for him, but this card in and of itself is a damn good one, man. It's solid, man. Good talent on this card. I like to say I like Khalil Coe. Shout out to Jersey. Raymond Ford jersey is on back-to-back. Shout out to Khalil Coe and Raymond Ford. And Moses, man. Damn, Jersey in the building. Heavy, man. You know what I mean? You did? It's a nice card, man. I like this, man. I like this. Then you got the Tim Zoo and Bakram Murtazaliev card too. So this is another one. Cool, nice, solid card. October 19th. It's a good one, man. It's a good one as well, y'all. Boom, and we got this joint for Friday. We got Bruce Carrington, man, Xander Zayas, Sandy Ryan, and Kayla Mayer. This is gonna be another one, man. We got some good boxing coming up, y'all. Got some good boxing coming up for sure. For sure that. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all make sure. Yeah, it's a nice card, right, Queen? It's a good one. It's a good one. I like it. I like the Boost card, man. I really do. Yeah, Ammo took an ass whooping. Marquise, shout out to Marquise Taylor, the old snatcher. I mean, he been on Ammo helmet. He been pressing Ammo. He wants smoke. Marquise Taylor wants smoke. Y'all gotta stop avoiding that man too. Y'all gotta stop avoiding that man. Somebody gotta get that man a shot. He's somewhere being pretty or something. BJ. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a nice card. Kelos a nice joint right there. Alan Garcia was a KO waiting to happen. And yeah, he got clipped. Yeah, this is a nice one, bro. And I like it because they put Boots at the top of it. And although he don't got the craziest opponent, they still filled the card out well. So it's nice. Put it in Anderson, Philly again. So good showing. Then you got Jersey repping on there, Philly. You got Tito Mercado just signed over there with Matchroom. I had him on the show as well. I got to get Khalil Coe on. I got to get Raymond Ford on. We got to get it popping, man. Got to get Zaquin Moses on too, man. Got to make it happen, man. Got to. I like this card a lot. It's a good look for Boots, and you know he's gonna go out there and do his thing. And I believe he'll do better in his rematch against Karen. I do. So I like it. Yeah, Ray Ford up here too. Right. Making his debut. So I like it, man. Yeah, shout out to Eddie. Yeah, I had to give him some credit on this one, Tay. Had to give him some credit. He made this joint be in Philly. It went from talking that Germany talk. He killed it. He pulled some strings, made something happen. Got that joint in Philly where it belonged, where the champion belonged fighting at. So that part of that just makes me I'm making peace with him fighting Karen. I'm cool. Look, Karen been on a win streak since he lost the Boots. Can't even be mad. He getting his mandatory situation out of the way. So you get what I'm saying? And that's all. Nah, hell nah. I don't think he played last time, though, Big Supreme. I think he was just chasing a knockout. And while listening to his dad, he made the fight a little more difficult for himself than it needed to be. Made the fight a little more difficult than it needed to be. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see what's up with him moving forward, man. I like Boots. I like which way he's going, man. I just hope Eddie Hearn could secure the fights. I like the fact that, you know, they showed up big time in Philly for him, you know what I'm saying? And I know they're going to do it again. And the fact that you put some more good talent on the card, filled it out well, then gives people an extra incentive to want to be there. So it just looked like a good night of boxing right here, man. You know what I'm saying? Good night of boxing. It's just November 9th. I love it, man. Shout out to Boot. Shout out to Eddie for this one. This is a solid card. And then this as well. Shout out to Tim Zoo for constantly taking tough fights and tough challenges. This is coming off the split in his head, you know what I'm saying, with Fundora. And that bloodbath, he getting right back in there with somebody that's tough and scrappy. And Bakram Mortazaliev should be a good fight for October, man. Good card. Talese is a good young fighter. So solid, man. Solid, man. We got some good boxing coming up. And anytime Shushu is fighting Xander Zayas, you get to see two young, good talents. This Sandy Ryan and Michaela Mayer fight is going to be good for sure, man. So this is this weekend. So I'm definitely going to tune into this, man. Shout out to Shushu. I seen him fight a few times live too, man. He really could bring it. I like his attitude, his temperament, man. He mean in there. That's what I like about him and Keyshawn. They got that mean streak in the ring where you know they be trying to hurt you in there. You know what I'm saying? And they do it without putting themselves in a bad position, right? You know what I mean? So I like how they pick their shots and go through the gears, man, and the way they control the pace in their fights. So, man, this is another good card, man. And then Keyshawn, man, he got his card in November as well. Same around time as Boots. So good stuff, man. Good action, man. Good cards coming up, bro. Talese is talented. Yeah, he is, bro. He really is, man. He really is. Damn, did he? He got banned in Canada. You tripping. Damn. Shout out to my guy, Fate. Major move for Boots to get that fight at home. Yeah, Eddie made it happen, Candy Son. He made it happen, bro. Eddie made it happen for him. So that's a win. But shout out to Keyshawn, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Keep putting on for DB3. I think that's dope what they doing, man. I like it. I like the moves that they making, bro. I like it a lot. I mean, but we gonna keep rocking, man. Shout out to my baby girl, Miss Jusdueboxing. Yeah, we ain't talking about your boy. I mean, I just told KO and them, I had to blink a couple times. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I was being forced to compliment Keyshawn. I ain't mean to spill the beans on you. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash the like button, man. We're going to play the raffle one more time, and I'm going to grab some water. Appreciate everybody that joined the raffle and everybody that's going to enter the raffle. We had a great turnout. It's been a great turnout thus far. And we added a couple more prizes for y'all as well. So let's get to it.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
Shout out Big Dre. Much love to everybody in the raffle. Like I said, 3 prizes, 3 chances to win. You got to be in it to win it. $10 to get in it. $25 to get in it 3 times. The more entries, the more chances you got to win it. That good old air fryer. I know y'all getting tired of burning stuff. I know you can use a good old air fryer. Make sure you don't burning the chicken and stuff. I mean, I be hearing about some of y'all out there burning water. You know what I'm saying? And you got the Apple iPad or the Kenichi Bear headphones that I would love myself. But, man, good luck to everybody, man. And we appreciate all the support and everybody that joined the raffle, man. Shout out to y'all. Hope y'all all win. But let's get back to this cook where we got to the build, man. We're going to build for a few more minutes, man. We're going to chop it up. Yeah, Talese is nice, man. Got to look him up if you haven't checked him out already. If you haven't checked him out, shout out to everybody that hit that like button, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate my guys, man. The famo, man, hitting that like button for your boy. Yeah, Talese is nice, though. But, yeah, man, salute to Keyshawn, man. I can't wait to see his next fight, man. I think this Lemos fight is solid for him. He talked his stuff with Haney. He said he wants smoke. Of course, you know, Haney's a top guy. So whenever you're a top guy, them up and coming, them youngins, they're going to be aiming for you. I think that's all that is. I think people look at it the wrong way, right? You know what I mean? He obviously know he ain't no trash, whether he feel like he'd beat him, whether he feel like it'd be easy or not. Easier said than done. I know a lot of people looking forward to Haney bouncing back, right? I am personally, because I root for these dudes inside and outside the ring. I want to see what he been working on, man. If he could return to form, if he could add anything, any more wrinkles to his game, because he's still very young. Maybe it's something else he could learn. Maybe it's another level, another gear he shows. Who knows? But I'm just being optimistic. But let's see him bounce back. More importantly, let's see him bounce back. Let's see what direction he go from here. All eyes are gonna be on him, for better or for worse. People gonna be looking to see if he looks shaky from his last fight. And then you're gonna have those that's rooting for their guy to bounce back. So, you know, we'll know more, I guess, in some upcoming weeks. But right now, you know, as of now, look like that Liam Parrow fight is not a real thing anymore. Eddie Hearn pretty much shot that down. He even suggested for him to take a get back fight and things of that nature. So, you know, that's just not a fight that it's on the table for him anymore. And with that happening and Teofimo saying he going in another direction, that leaves Haney at square one again to probably find another opponent to come back against. So let's see who they come up with. Should be interesting to see who he come up with. You see Shushu Keyshawn interview. Yeah, Jeff, I played a little bit of it with the Keyshawn talking about beating Devin Haney. People still on Keyshawn saying he draining Limos. Yeah, I would wish people wouldn't put that on the fighters, man. And I want people to take into account a fighter can't be drained if he's not fighting at a weight class he shouldn't be fighting at. And there's a couple things there. I could understand a guy making a sacrifice for the opportunity, but you can't blame the opponent for the guy willing to make the sacrifice, right? And if you're draining yourself, then you shouldn't be there. So don't accept the opportunity, right? You can't blame it on the said fighter. You know what I'm saying? So he only could do what he can do. And shout out to bro. He said Limo said he was going down to 35 after the Hitchens fight anyway. So I don't see how anybody could trip. You get what I'm saying? Because he little as hell and he ain't no damn 40-pounder. You get what I'm saying? So again, I know people probably felt like Hitchens had an advantage in that fight. Now he want to go back down willingly. Now it's something Keyshawn doing. Like, nah, man, if that's what he planned to do, that's what he planned to do. He's a good fighter. He got way more experience than Keyshawn. Shit, you get what I'm saying? He got close to 20 more fights than this dude. You know what I mean? What, about 18 or more fights than him? You know what I mean? So should be a cool scrap, a good test for him to see, fighting a smaller guy that can scrap, that bring pressure, come forward, throw punches. Should be a good fight for him. Cash was good with it, man. He said, down to watch Keyshawn beat up Devin. I think that'd be an interesting fight for sure, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. Some people might think I'm tripping, but I think him and Devin make a good fight. Him and Devin definitely be a good fight. Stylistically, I think it'd be entertaining because Keyshawn could box as well as fight, and the mix-up is what make that fight entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Devin take chances as well, so it'll make it a fun fight. Lightweight, strong as hell though. Yeah, he's just one of them little guys operating outside of his natural weight. That's all he doing. That's exactly what he doing. And I respect it. It's the same thing Loma doing. His talent and skill afford him, the opportunities to fight at 135, where his frame obviously is more suited probably to 130, obviously, and he have an easier time down there. But he want to challenge himself. That's why I respect him. That's why I don't think, him not accepting a fight now is a matter of him being scared. I think is him deciding the rest of his career, because that shit could be that shit could change the rest of everything you got going on. So interesting. Haitians and Keyshawn keep switching opponents. Yeah, they keep mixing it up. Wonder at some point do they find themselves in the ring with each other? They did some sparring. They had some sparring. They had some heated sparring going on, Remo. They had some heated back and forth and sparring. I liked it. That's a good fight. It's a good future fight for both of them. They dad retire after the whooping. Man, that'd be a good fight for him, man. But like I said, I want to see how he bounced back, man. It's a lot of eyes on the youngin. It's a lot of eyes on youngin, man. We need the top rank, 5 versus 5. They got too many fighters fighting nobodies. I think you see a lot of guys probably, bro, in the developmental process, though. Get what I'm saying? Because I don't see it quite as fighting nobodies, right? I think dudes are fighting developmental fights, and I think that's no different than what you see anywhere else, right? You know what I'm saying? Some guys are at the early stage, but you hear the names a lot. They got a lot of buzz, but I think in time, it'll make sense, right? You know what I mean? As long as you don't have guys fighting run-of-the-mill fighters forever, right? But I get it. The first 12 to 15, I get it. I understand it. But, every now and then you'll get an early test and something like that. Like what you seen with Ashton Sill and Lucas Body. You know what I mean? That was supposed to be Ashton Sill and Kid Austin. Every now and then you'll get one of those early, but for the most part, dudes be in their developmental stages. I feel like as long as you ain't got these contenders moving like that and these champions moving like that, I'm cool. You know what I mean? The prospects, I get it. You got Pop. He has a 61st approach. Yeah, I think he got a little sting on his punches. You seen it with the fight with John Bowser, how he was piecing him up, how he beat his face up. He beat his face up, dropping him. He was whooping his ass, man. So he got some sting to his punches, man. He ain't no puncher per se, but I think he could get your attention and your respect for sure, I think. But that safety first approach, I feel like is what makes them who they are, right? That's, You know what I mean? That's that less you get hit, the longer you last kind of approach. So I understand it. I respect it because I get it, man. Some dudes just ain't trying to get beat up in there. Some fighters lost their O this year. Dudes losing O's for sure, Tay. And those 100% KO streaks was falling by the wayside. A couple of those fell too. So yeah, and it's been a year to upset, to be honest with you. It's been a year to upset. And Saturday night was just another example of that. Year of the upset, man. I think he was an 18-1 underdog, they said at one point. So that was ridiculous, bro. Year of the upset. This been a year of the upset. The 100% KO ratio's been gone. People been losing their O's, like Tay said. It's been an interesting year. It's been a slower start, but once it started, it's pretty solid, man. Solid year. It could be better, but I ain't tripping. Peace to the Queen of Rain. How you feeling today? I want to see them step up Xander's eyes too, man. See somebody saying something about Xander. They need to step him up soon, man, because he's a good young talent too. I just want to see how good he is. Like, it seemed like he should be fighting for the title soon at some point. Something else. Oh, man, I almost forgot, man. Damn, I almost forgot to go over this, y'all. I'm tripping. This is the last thing I wanted to go over, man. Let me see. How long is this, though? Should I do it another time, man? Let me see. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Let me just look at I wanted to touch on some of this interview from Caleb Plant when he went on the Breakfast Club. But I might do it another time. I have to revisit it. He talked about a few things in there, man. Caleb Plant really want that smoke. He got a backstory that need to be told. Caleb Plant, man, he one of them ones, yo. I'm telling you. Somebody that's easy to root for, crazy ass backstory, went through some wild stuff that, just not your everyday guy goes through. Losing loved ones, the kids, man, his parents, like, man, this dude got a hell of a backstory, man. I could see why he got a no nonsense approach. I could see why he's on it the way he is. Matter of fact, let me play some of it. Matter of fact, let me go to it. Let me play a little bit of it. Got a couple minutes. I'm gonna play some of it, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button for me. Let me come on, what the hell? All right, let's get to this real quick.
Able to, get some steam or some momentum or something, I don't think we would be surprised either. So it's hard to say whoever's on that night and, whoever's got the best game plan, whoever had a good camp, there's a lot of variables that go into it that lead up to, a fighter having a successful fight. It's a lot.
Speaking of those two opponents, you always been somebody that wants to get your lick back, right? Wants to rematch guys that you lost to, because you've been talking about Canelo again.
So you want a revenge tour now?
Yeah, if you had the opportunity, right? Because there was obviously bad blood with Benavidez, a lot. Canelo, not so much. You guys seem to be cool now, but that's the bigger money fight. But deep down, what loss would you want to avenge more?
Well, Canelo has more hardware, and for legacy, and putting like, I would choose Canelo because he's got more hardware. He's got 3 of the 4 belts. And
bigger check at the end of that too.
I mean, yeah, no one ever got mad for getting paid more either, So, right. But I think a lot of people put the emphasis on the money when they fight Canelo, right. And we all got to get our bills paid, but money's not like my number one reason why I box. I'm passionate about the sport. I'm a competitor. I love boxing's done a lot of great things for me. So
this was Caleb on the Breakfast Club. I just wanted to play some of it. I ain't gonna play the whole thing.
Where the legacy, the honor, the glory. But I'd run it back with both of them.
In a rematch with Canelo, what do you do different? What do you improve? What do you change?
Well, I didn't have the best camp that fight, so would like to just be able to have a better camp and experience isn't. I've said this before, but experience isn't something you can borrow. It's not something you can buy. You know, you got to go through the fire to get it. And since the Canelo fight, you know, I feel like I've done that. Fighting Canelo, then Darrell, a 2-time former world champ, David Benavidez, former 2-time world champ, and now, you know, this guy who is ranked number 9 in the WBA. I feel like I have that experience now.
Is there a particular fight in your career that you feel like best defines you as a fighter? Like if you had to show somebody, this is me as a boxer, which fight would that be?
Well, my first world title fight against Jose Uzcategui, I was an underdog going into that fight. You know, I hadn't really been able to properly introduce myself, and a lot of people were, you know, saying this, saying that. I was going to get beat, going to get stopped, and on to, you know, doing my thing in that fight, become world champ. So either that or you know, this last fight, even though I got hit on the shoulder and got an 8 count, and then, you know, I got caught with a good shot in round 2. Other than that, hit me with a couple of shots here and there, but that's boxing. You know, you're gonna get hit. But just making that adjustment, you know, that'd probably be another one.
Caleb, you feel like you have to fight or just be with a chip on your shoulder because, you know, guys like Bernard in the past have said, "I'm never gonna let a white boy beat me," and other black fighters have said that.
I think it does though. I think it do. But you know the four maybe we got WBO, WBC, IBF, and WBA. That IBO belt, I just don't feel like it's as significant as the other ones. Still a title, but it's not one of the 4 major sanctioned, and I don't think so. Not the IBO.
So do you feel like you have to be extra to prove to yourself like I'm not a regular white boy?
I don't feel like I have to be extra. You know, I think being yourself is, you know, how you get furthest in life. And,
but you get tested. Like we all saw you smack Jamal.
But the way I respond is not me trying to be extra. That's
Right.
just who I am. You know, and because I don't think if someone's grabbing on your face and you ask them to stop and they do it again, and you know, then they're saying, you know, things about being a white boy and, you know, in front of your peers, in front of your wife. If you respond the way I did, that's not being extra. That's just, you know.
But do you
that's
feel like
what a
you're
lot of grown
tested
men
more
would do.
because you're quiet, soft-spoken?
Yeah, I think so. It's been like that my whole life, though. But like, you know, I guess to your point, as motivation and you know, hopefully
he set that shot up with Darrell. It's a shot he didn't see, but he also sat down on the shot and set it up very well.
Time I'm retired, you know, fighting like a white boy might mean something different. You know what I mean? So,
How do you know to slap and not punch? Because the instinct would be to just throw a punch, right?
I mean, in that moment, he was trying to treat me like a little boy, so I treated him like a little boy.
Damn.
Yeah.
I get
That
it.
was just you responding to what was happening in the moment. That don't mean you it's gonna officially be like an actual fight with y'all.
I mean, it can be. You know, he fights at 160. I fight at 168. His last fight, he fought at a catchweight at 163 against a guy who fights at 147. And he came in at, this is a lot of numbers, but he came in at like 166. So he even came in overweight on the catchweight. So he's a super middleweight at this point. So we could definitely make a fight happen. You know,
yeah, great point, bro.
He's going
Appreciate
through things
you.
in his
Shout out to
personal
Big
life,
Supreme.
and you know, I made
BBO
a
was good
statement
with it.
saying like, whatever happened between us could be set on the back burner for now. You know, he's got things he's going through. Go handle that, and we can make a big fight happen. Until then, you know, I don't think it'd be right for me to like continuously like have my foot on his neck or pressing him about certain things.
I just wanted to play this
He's got,
because
you know, enough on his plate, and you know, he's got kids, and I'm sure we'd all like to see him get himself together and, you know, go out and make a decent living for his family. So
is that you? Because I know you went through stuff in your
and he ain't got his foot on Maul's neck like that. He want that fight. He want that fight, but he like, you know, he going through some stuff, so he can't really keep his foot on his neck. You know, he going through some things. He got family, kids. You like to see him bounce back pretty much, and you know, that's a fight he would want. I love to see Maul and Caleb Plant mix it up, especially after the slap. But hopefully, you know, we can see Maul and Mel back in the ring sooner than later, and hopefully they can return to form or somewhere back close to the top where they belong. And maybe we could get that fight. Wishful thinking on that one though, because I don't know.
Personal life, like in 2014 with your daughter, and then losing your mom as well too.
Yeah, lost his daughter, his mom. Like, this dude been through it, man. His story is sad.
You able to like be empathetic like that and remove the boxer or the fighter because you've been through your own things, or?
I mean, I could honestly like care less what somebody's been through. That's not an excuse to not know how to act. You know, boxing's a grown man sport. So if you're gonna be in here, you're gonna have to act like a grown man because there's grown men in here. And if you act like a little boy, then one of us might treat you like a little boy. So if you need help, I'll be the help you need. You know, as far as whatever you're going through. If you can't hold it together well enough to just be out and about, then you should be inside. You know, regardless of what you've been through. Because, like you said, you know, we've all been through things, but we're not walking around grabbing people by the face or not even that situation.
How did he grab you by your face for you to slap him? Because I was like,
he did like that and pulled on my beard, and I pushed him back. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, I was mad, you know, don't ever grab me by my face again. And he reached up and did it right again. And you only grab someone by their face for two reasons. Either one, you want to fight them, or two, you don't think they're going to do anything.
Or they want to kiss you. That's the third thing.
Yeah, or three. Hopefully, I'd rather be one of the first two.
God damn, bro. Why
take it there?
Like, that was not even an option. Like, damn.
You were thinking it.
No, I
was not. Yes, you were.
Oh, God.
Now, how did you mentally stay focused?
Yeah,
after,
it was,
you know,
Tay.
Those terrible obstacles happened in your life. Like, how do you even just stay focused not even forget fighting, just to show up in the world?
Yeah. Because everything's so public, too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you got two choices, you know. If something's going on, you can either keep going or you can quit. And
I like him too.
Whatever
Big
situation
dog.
you're
He is
in,
a
it's
real one for
probably
sure.
going to be like that forever. You know what I mean? And it's always going to be messed up. You're always going to wonder what if. But if you keep going, you know, who knows what will happen. And I guess I just always had like this voice in my head that was like, if you keep going, it's going to work out. If you keep going, you're going to make it. If you keep going, you know, things are going to come together. And so like I just kept listening to that, kept going, and there was no way that I could like allow myself to live forever in the situation, you know, that I was in. You know, I needed more than that, and just kept putting one foot in front of the other. I guess just don't quit. You either quit or you keep going. So
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And you and Fat Joe had some words at one time too, right?
I don't want to hear that part. I just wanted to touch a little bit on Caleb playing, talking about. I like these interviews, man. You always get to hear a different side of him and see how he on it. There's somebody that I support. He easy to support because he's just a real one, authentic guy. Been through some stuff. You could just tell, and he not using it as an excuse to be a certain way. It's like he's learned from everything he's been through. It just made him a solid guy, hell of a fighter. And I like to see him in there doing his thing. Behind the ass TV, my bro, what's good with it, fam? He said, my Caucasian spirit animal was Caleb playing. Man, ain't no doubt about it. But shout out to everybody, man, that hung and stayed to the end of the build, man. That was solid. I meant to play more of it, but we'll revisit that at another time. I like Caleb playing. I like his wife. I just like his backstory. Like he's been through some things, man. I'm one of those guys. I could level with that. I know we all had something that we've been through, but like his story just is a very unique story, man. It's for him to go through some of the stuff he went through and bounce back from it is wild. Like for example, like we'll listen to this.
I've taken more L's and more losses than anybody that is going to step in this room. Aaliyah, she had a number of issues from brain damage to 150 to 175 seizures every day. No motor skills. She couldn't sit up. She couldn't walk. She couldn't make noises. She couldn't eat. She had to eat through a Mickey tube in her stomach. Anytime she got sick, her seizures would go from 150 to 175 to going up to 250. She was on life support 5 different times. And the last time I just came to her side and told her, you know, if you're tired of doing this, I just want you to know I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm not disappointed. I'm proud of you. And if you're tired, then I understand. And she passed away in my arms.
And that's just that's just one of the things he went through. 150 to 200, all the way up to 250 seizures a day is crazy, bro. Man, yo, that's why I like this dude. Yo, you just been through some stuff. You can't fake that. Jamel Herring had a crazy situation and story too, man. Just somebody I root for. You know what I mean? Not just because of that, but it's like, how can't you root for him? Like, his mom got killed, I think he said, by police on top of that. Like, come on, dude. Like, damn. Caleb can't catch a break. He sound like somebody I know. You get what I'm saying? So, and I could relate so much to the taking losses, period, man. So I refuse not to support that dude. I'm rooting for him. Win, lose, or draw, I'm rocking with him. Anytime he fight, I'm tuning in. That dude got style, flavor. He approached the sport the right way. He take it serious. He ain't ducking no smoke, turning shit down. He ain't no diva about it. He a true champion inside and outside the ring. Got a dope wife. Like, they got a dope relationship, good family building, smart dude. You glad to see him get a Canelo opportunity. If it was anybody to get a Canelo rematch, he would be the guy. If it was anybody that deserve a Canelo rematch, and because they deserve a bag and an opportunity to, it would be him. It would undoubtedly be Caleb Plant. But, man, that's my time for today, man. I appreciate all y'all. I wanted to end it with that. Caleb Plant and a little bit of his Breakfast Club interview. Shout out to him. He a real one. And he also let you know that, yeah, Charlo's somebody I want to fight. But, look, he going through some stuff, so I shouldn't keep my foot on his neck while he going through what he going through, right? He a real one, but he get himself together. You know what I mean? I'm here. I want smoke. So I love Caleb Plant for that, man. He a real one. Shout out to him and Jordan Plant and, you know, they family and all that good stuff, man. Peace to the Queen Aisha. Jamal Charles doing and expect to get away with it. These dudes try to take over Charles. Yeah. Charlo was tripping out. He was tripping out. Refused to have a problem with someone like this. We've been through way too much, and it's way too real from it, right? Didn't come out all bitter and broken, like just came out. He too battle tested to not be able to level with and appreciate. You know what I'm saying? But again, shout out to everybody. Appreciate everybody in the super chat. Much love to everybody that hit that like button, that came and pulled up and build with your guy. We will be back tomorrow on that Good Wednesday to build on some more boxing, as we always do, man. So we're going to leave with one of these.
We rolled the dice, man. We took a shot at success and we came up short. And probably you're asking, do I still want to continue fighting? Of course I want to continue fighting. We're going to live to fight another day.
Hey, it's your boy Gypsy King.
Whew, I'm White Rabbit.
It's heavyweight boxing, boys. It happened. You get knocked spark out. It could have been me, it could have been you, it could have been anybody. In the heavyweight division, it's what happens. Good right hand on the end of the chin, and that was it.
Chin in the air, no defense, kaboom. And there was a bit of a downhill slope from there. Just went my night tonight.
It's boxing. For me, it's surprise.
What's up, bro? Bless you, champ, my man. Before he got knocked out, he stood his ground and cracked him. All he does is that, step back and bang, or step back and bang. When he stood his ground and threw it. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury still has to have them.
Coco. Oh, yes.
That's amazing. Let's go.
Crazy, man. Look.
I think Joshua, got overconfident. He hurt him with a shot and went for the kill, but he forgot about his defense. The boy was the better man.
I agree with him. He took some big shots tonight. Listen, man, Father Time is not our friend at all. You should absolutely positively retire. That's why John Jones is the best ever. And when I say ever, I mean in any combat sport. Good night, everybody.
Call me Kendrick Lamar.
It's mad.
100% he can.
Yo, they crazy, yo. Yo, these little joints be funny, but that's a good one, Legacy. That's a damn sure. That's a good one, bro. For sure. That's a damn good one, bro. All right, it'd be a good build up, man. Either one, man. I'm all for Plant getting a rematch though. Somebody I really rock with. That one was funny, bro. Those joints just keep coming. Shout out to the creator, man. His name on the joint, man. He funny as hell with those, man. Well executed joints. They always funny. Always done in good taste, man. Good laugh, good humor for the stream. But again, salute to everybody. Appreciate all y'all. And we gonna be back tomorrow to build on this good boxing. So with that, y'all stay tuned for my good brother BVO. Should be on at 8 o'clock, followed by the Rise Podcast Family at 9, man. It closed the night out, man. So see y'all there, and if not, I will see y'all all tomorrow on a good Wednesday, man. Peace to the fam. And we out, y'all.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine, busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So